Live. We are back once more with another episode of Lost Legends. We are going to start with our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Verdazin as.
Noah.
We have Cross Crescent as.
Iala.
We have Blackheart as.
Taryc.
We have Sammi as.
Nim.
We have Tobias.
Cassian.
And we have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Is anybody up for a recap?
I can do it.
Go for it.
I can do it. I can do it. I think I knew the stuff of it. Okay, so last time on Lost Legends, the party had already arrived back at town, having been heroically rescued by the actions of a certain mage, and also being badasses and deflecting arrows and just weathering a storm of death. When they came to, Noah and Cassian had to take a knee because they were both sitting at Uno hit point. And so Noah started taking care of the two of them while Yalia and Taryc ran off to go alert the town. Yalia making a beeline directly for the guild hall, knowing that as the most important person as a dragon and the most intelligent person as a dragon and the most heroic person as a dragon, she needed to go talk to the guild leader and tell them what it was about. Taryc ran bloodied and terrifying through town because Taryc, unfortunately being a gnoll, terrifies everybody that sees them covered in blood when they don't know the circumstances, as they ran through town to go find a healer for their poor friends that were hurt back at the manor house. Taryc eventually caused quite a stir through town, ended up in the brownie district because they realized they needed to get a tiny healer for their tiny friend. So they went and alerted the brownies and got a healer sent off with a guard on a pseudo dragon. Gosh, I don't know who that guard could be. And then the poor Knoll was kind of encircled by some other town guards who felt the need to escort Taryc back to the house and get the full lowdown of what happened. Meanwhile, Yalia dealt with the gnome, who is a mainstay at the guild hall, who didn't seem to think that Yalia is a very credible source as an adventurer. May have left her feeling a little insulted at first. I think Yalia had some good reasons to be a little cantankerous. Eventually, the gnome did go and get the guild leader, who, upon seeing the state of Yalia, immediately took things a lot more seriously. They helped, they walked Yalia through what happened. I think, was it Graham Gimble is the name of the... No,
Yeah.
that's not the name of the... Is that... Okay, yeah, that's the name of the halfling. Anyway, but the guild leader then helped out by having a medical kit and mending some of the wounds that Yalia had suffered. Then the guild leader was kind of, just to make sure that Yalia was telling the truth about the gnolls and everything, made her swear on her sword, which apparently had some sort of weird zone of truth properties. And then the group of them ended up heading towards the manor house, with the guild leader trying to find out who exactly is this mysterious benefactor that their group is talking about, and how did they get back to town so quickly if they were in such a predicament. When the party returned, we returned focus back to the party at the manor. We saw Noah and Cassian being helped inside by a very I'd say kind of disturbed, nervous, upset. I was getting weird vibes from the tonality of Ebenzar. Ebenzar was clearly like wanting to take care of kids, but frustrated and upset at the same time, because I think they didn't really appreciate it that their kids were in that bad of danger, and also was frustrated because they didn't have a magic way to fix what was wrong with Nim. So they brought everybody inside, and around that time, Noah did a cursory check over of Nim, found out Nim was in shock and failing. I think Noah said it was something called night sickness or something like that, is what Noah said it was.
God, I'll try and
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, it was something like that. But Nim was in shock and cold, and Noah was trying to figure out what to do to help. And at that point, the door started to ring, and it didn't stop ringing. First we had the healer show up with Larkin, the guard, riding his pseudo dragon that Nim had previously met. They came in and stewed over Nim for a bit, and then eventually said, "Hey, she needs to go upstairs and get someplace quiet." And so then they did that, with Noah helping carry. Unfortunately, Cassian got briefly involved with the caretakering of a pseudo dragon, but then the pseudo dragon threw a fit that he wanted to go where Nim was, and poor Cassian didn't get to. And at that point, Zora shows up again. This time, it's a bunch of guards. Meanwhile, the bounty guard's sitting in the main hall, just kind of listening in on everything. The guards start, asking questions about how things happened, how people got back, and Edmondzar kind of prompted the idea of, oh, but luckily the kids had a teleportation scroll and were able to get back safely, and kind of try to snowball that past the guards a bit. Then they ended up leaving, having seen the dragon and a lot of odd conversation. The group of them left, but Lark and the guard stayed. At that time, the guild leader showed up, and right before that, Edmondzar had thoughtfully moved Larkin into another room before anything else went on in front of Larkin. And when Edmondzar opened the door, he was like, "Oh, curse words," and the guild leader was like, "Edmondzar or Maltori," and so the turns out the guild leader knew them, and the party found out as a group, while Nim was unconscious, that Edmondzar has a dead or alive bounty on him. Also, that the group of us have a bounty on us, kind of, because we have apparently done things, and she doesn't really want to deal with that shit right now. She just wants to deal with the Knoll problem, and she seems fairly reasonable and very cool. She ended up wanting everybody present to write up a report, so that way she could get it through the various people in town, because it needs to go through more people than just the guild leader of the adventuring guild to make things happen, because there's guards and other things and nobles and whoever heads of the town need to know. So she left. Edmondzar started talking about having somebody write that stuff up. And somebody else needed to go bury a body. Edmondzar ended up having a conversation with Cassian where he expressed frustration and admitted his own fault in the fact that he hadn't progressed Cassian's training ever since the apprenticeship fell apart. And that he also felt that even though it was his fault, he also felt it was also Cassian's fault, because it takes two to tango. And he was like, we should be doing this. Kind of feels what I got from that conversation. Cassian admitted that, he did feel that it ended, and that he wasn't really sure if Edmondzar was ever going to be open to helping him with stuff. And so they had a kind of an okay conversation. Noah had a bit more of an abrupt conversation with Maltori, where Noah seemed to want to bring up that it's Maltori's fault. A lot of bad things have happened, from Noah's point of view, which in his current state, I think kind of cantankerized the old man a little bit. Then I believe Iala was the one that got voted to go talk to Larkin to get him to leave. So Iala went, checked with the healer to make sure they didn't need Larkin, and then told Larkin, "Yeah, she's kind of a weird girl. Maybe you should just go home or something." And so Larkin ended up going home. She was nice enough to say it's not like you can't come back another day, but she kind of nudged him out the door, like 1 foot slowly pressing the brownie outside quietly, like, yes, we're fine, we don't, we're okay, she's got adventurers here, they can go get her stuff. Then we fast forwarded a little bit. Nim had a rough time during the first 24. Shock was really bad, and she had visions of a reaper come to her in her dream, warning her about the demons. Whatever that was, it seems like a reaper. Nim seemed really freaked out about it. When she woke up out of that, she panically asked Maltori and Noah to come talk to her. She begged Noah to go talk to Pan because Nim presumed Pan was the Fae in the area due to things that she thought happened. And she thought that maybe Pan could help by removing the animals from the area or doing something like that, because Nim was like, wants to help town and knows that as long as the gnolls have food, they have strength. And so she was like, move the animals, get rid of the farm animals, do things. And then she told a little bit more about the dream and stuff like that to Maltori privately. She pretty much was kind of just in a panic. She was also trying to tell everybody about flying gnolls, which everybody knew about flying gnolls. Everybody knew what happened with the flying gnolls, but Nim didn't know that they knew, and she was dead set everybody was going to find out about it. And then we kind of skipped forward a bit more. The group went out, spoke with a great Fey Lord called the Smiling One. The Smiling One is definitely unseelie in their actions, it seems like. They have offered beneficially so nice that because the party has now talked to them, that the town can be forgiven by, constantly giving them songs, drink, sweets, or things like that in replacement of trees that they take, which wasn't originally part of the reason they were out there to talk to the Fae. Then they offered to remove all the animals to the Fae for the price of but 5 children. But only 5 children. Not 6, 5. The party said they had to really think about that. So they started heading back down. They went and got the giants, Labrum and Northstar, brought them through town, which caused a little bit of a commotion. Nim recently woke back up, was encouraged by Sela to go take a bath. Sela offered to help her take a bath. Nim decided to take her own bath because she just wanted to just soak in the water really, really deeply. And when she got in there, started taking her bath, Miller showed up. Miller showed up while she was in the bathtub. And Miller discussed a little bit about what's going on in town, and that Miller's group is interested in hiring Nim to cavort their ill-gotten gains outside of town because they think everything's going down in flame. Nim didn't agree to anything yet. She wants to think about it, and she's also worried about the fact that she's not sure that she's not sure that Peaches or Arwa are going to be on board. So she's kind of wants to, and she also wants to find out from her own group about how they feel about it. So Nim ended up getting out of the bath, and then without checking with Sela, kind of just made her way downstairs to go see Ebenzar, who was very happy to see her. Ebenzar got the lowdown of what happened in the bathtub. And then the two of them went outside as they heard the sound of approaching giant footy prints, and Northstar and Labrum had arrived with the group, and we were all outside, and that's where we ended the session.
Yeah, very good. Right, everybody, refresh your inspirations. And Sammi,
Yeah.
as your reward for recap, this session you get to define something, whether that's what the weather is, what there is in town, a person, a service, a whatever. As long as it's within reason and possibility, you get to decide a fact about the world. You can use this to your advantage if you so please.
Really cool.
That's it, within reason.
Oh,
Find Noah as a god.
Again.
reason
But yes.
define Maltori as a god.
Yeah,
To
so,
find 5 children who really
Um,
want to go to the Feywild.
you can do that now or in the session anytime you please.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
I'm a dangerous person to give that to.
So yes, you the group of you arrive with the giants, and are greeted by Maltori, holding Nim, who seems to be sort of up and awake. Lobram and Northstar, they sort of take like slowly. They sort of crouch down, that sort of semi-sitting position, just to get a little lower, more. Well, nowhere near eye level with you guys, but you know they're trying.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Maltori goes, you are the famed pair that they had discussions with. Welcome to our estate.
And they're so attractive. I told you they were very attractive.
Sure. Please make yourselves as comfortable as you can. Our home is your home. He says with a sort of furrowing brow, as if like, well, this is awkward to make work. And Northstar actually sort of squints a bit, as if like trying to focus on you, Nim. You're very small. She goes, "You are feeling good?"
No, I feel awful.
I worried when you were not with the others to come find us.
Oh, it's okay. They are fast and big.
Yeah. She sort of waves her hand as if, not sure about that.
I'm glad you're okay. I was very worried about you and Lobram out there when there were so many of those gnolls. That's so bad.
Lobram
It's not safe.
nods his head and sort of gestures out back towards the way they came and goes, "Yes, we saw many notes, many in the distance. We did our best.
They can fly. Did you know they can fly, Lobram?
He nods his head slowly. Yes.
That was news to me when one dropped out of sky.
They use
Yeah,
total magic.
Bonded me too.
Total magic?
Caster imbues objects of power for them to use.
Oh, that sounds really neat.
I
It is very dangerous to run into, though, and you don't know what has happened. Would you know anything else about how they fight? It would be good to tell there is people in town who are mounting defense. If you could tell them things about the gnolls, it would help.
Certainly. Who do I go talk to?
I think we bring them here, because otherwise you might step on a brownie.
Yes. Do you mind if we make? He sort of gestures around your the other back area, your estate, more comfortable.
Make some room. Make your space. It is fine.
He just nods in thanks, and he sort of taps Northstar's shoulder, and they get up and actually start to move towards the like little wooded section you've got nearby.
I'm going to find all of my alcohol.
Where is the dragon buried?
Beneath ground.
Not where they're going, hopefully.
Basically where you're standing out back, though. It is.
Okay, I was just wanting to make sure it was away from the giants.
In
Make
your
sure they're not
backyard.
sleeping on it.
It's
They would be
buried,
upset.
so and you know it's underground, so I don't think they'll know. Well,
Yeah, I know,
maybe
but
longer.
Okay,
we're gonna
so
have to move it.
I'm glad you're all back. How did it go with Pan?
Wasn't
It's not
Pan.
around.
Oh, no Pan?
No, different
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
It
different
didn't
fun.
pan out.
one.
Oh,
very funny. Very funny.
I
The smiling one.
am not sure. Translation?
Pan out. It's a phrase to me. It didn't work out. It didn't happen. So the name.
Oh,
Pan and,
it is a double word play.
Yes, yes.
Yes, very funny. I'm like,
The Fey Lord around here is this calls themselves the Smiling One.
And
Never.
how were they?
They seemed chipper.
That's
They've
good.
Beardo.
Helpful? Are they helpful?
Mm,
No, it was mainly all we did was damage control. We had to um
Oh,
apparently
this town does not do well with their neighbors, do they?
apparently he was or it was getting upset that trees were being cut down, so we kind of mulled that over by saying for when they cut down trees, leave a drink or sing a song for the lumberjacks.
Honestly, that's a rather
And
reasonable
One-
price for a Fey.
not
Mm.
to go beyond a brook
Oh,
Brook.
what's
that's
Brook?
nearby.
We'll have to figure out where that is.
and it was one of those per tree cut down.
Hmm. What about
So,
can they move their animals? Can they go hide them someplace?
so yes,
He'll take them
Oh,
Marvelous.
that's wonderful.
Permanently.
permanently.
There's nothing wrong with
Oh.
permanent. There's not going to
Mm.
be a forest there anyway. It's going to get
There's-
burned down.
There are worse
More.
fates for creatures than to live in the
There's
Feywild.
more that they want.
unfortunately, to help raise them, it also wants 5 children.
Ah,
Papa, do me a favor and never call me a child in front of this thing.
mm. What
Yes,
were its exact demands there?
Uh, 5 children to grow alongside the animals that they take. It didn't really seem to differentiate what kind of children.
Its countenance, its attitude. Did it seem to be a sort of like a challenge in that, or
Uh, it went, it went, but I want 5 children to grow up alongside the animals and take care of them as caretakers. Noah says,
as
using
creepily as you
fingers.
just did it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like
yes.
that. And Noah,
I think a little bit more creepily.
Noah
Okay.
pulled their lips back in order to make a big smile.
Wonderful. Cassian, you've been to some of the libraries around here, yes?
No, I haven't.
No? Well,
I haven't had time.
opportunity, my boy. I'd like you to research this Fae.
Well, we cannot give them children. That would be bad. I guess we'll have to, unless you can find something, Cassian, we will probably have to accept that as a no, right?
Most likely.
We don't
Cassian's-
have options or time to go find children who are in bad shape that would benefit from being in Feywild right now. Because I am certain that, I can't imagine Fae that different from Intuli. They like children and they take good care of them. They not hurt them, or daughter would smite them. But, I don't know what it is like over here. You have orphages.
I think we need to know more about the Fae before we make any decisions in that regard.
Cassian's going to turn on hoof and go right into the library here.
No, don't leave
What?
yet.
We don't have
We're
a lot.
still talking.
Yeah. Also,
Actually, on the
it's
map, we do.
what?
On the map, we have books.
Yeah.
In our rooms.
Oh,
It doesn't mean
that's
No,
not a
there's
that's.
You think if this was a place where there was a lot of books, you think this noble would have books on the Fae of this area?
You never know what's in a library.
Well, why don't you wait till we finish talking?
Yes, give it a moment. Let's figure out our plans first. All right. If this Fae stuff doesn't work out, well, we burn.
We have to.
We burn.
We have to burn the forest because that would be the right thing. Because they're going to burn it anyway, right?
Yes, and denying them meals and resources
There's
to
not
make
a
weapons of war. No, they
there's
cannot have
not
it.
a way we could hide the forest is there with magic or something.
Small parts of it, but I don't think we have nearly
Oh.
enough casters to do much of the forest. We could we could use certain trickery if we burn parts and then obscure the rest, maybe. But
It is a risk, right?
I think they cast a wide enough net that it would be very difficult to hide anything from them.
we have to consider if such magical resources would be better spent on actual defenses.
This is true.
Oh.
I had thoughts.
He's gonna start flicking through his book, and I'm gonna give him a high or low roll to see if he has.
I'm gonna clamber up his arm so he has a free hand because I was sitting in his hand,
Mhm.
and I don't want to make him one hand a book.
Do you want to peer at his book as he's going through it?
Yeah, well, look.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Second. Eh, Investigation check. That's
Ready?
not bad.
Okay.
No, that's not a 20.
That's not a 20.
I have 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
I am at 18, but I will roll a d4 to add to this. Yeah.
All right, 21 then.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, as he's flicking through, and I should have asked for high or low from the group before I did that. Let's do it again. High or low
I liked it.
for good.
Hi.
High for
I-
good.
I
Oh,
like
yeah,
low,
that's
but
what was
yeah, go
there.
ahead, high.
Okay, for the new roll.
Oh,
Oh.
hi
like
for
l-
good.
Okay.
Oh, shame.
I like low.
I
I'm
should
sad.
have realized.
Nim, as he's flicking through the book, you are gonna see something a little ominous. There's plenty of pages of arcane scrawling. Sometimes it's like just pages of text that detail something out. So other times it's like symbology, so on and so forth, diagrams. It's very brief, like you only see it for a second, but for some reason the image sticks in your mind. One of the page he flicks through is like nearly clearly like instead of ink, it's chalk. You can tell by like the sort of smearing on the page that like rests against it, which appears to be just blank. Um,
Hmm?
Black and red chalk that just sort of like scrawls out this writhing mass that fills the whole page. Seems to be like black and red tendrils seeking about. And-
Nim's little ears go straight up.
But he continues flicking through and just sort of shakes his head and goes, "And neither do I know any sort of illusionary magic that would help."
Okay. Well, I had a few thoughts that might help because I have mostly been in bed or in the bathtub with Miller.
You what?
So
He was in
Miller.
the tub.
No, I was in the tub, but Miller was on the
This is
other tub.
serious. Why are you having brownies in the bathtub with you? I thought you were ill.
Do you think I wanted Miller to come into the bathroom when I was taking my bathy time?
Yes?
Not in my current condition. It is very cruel. Anyway, I was having my bathy time. And Miller has approached me. They are, of course, very worried and interested in leaving town. But it occurs to me that sometimes thoughts come flying through my head like a pot to the head, you know, when they get thrown at you. And they tell you, get out of the kitchen. Anyway, but Miller has a lot of magic items, yes?
Makes sense. with
Arwa
what they do.
and them purchase from us weapons, potions, poisons. They are probably the only source of, well, a large illegitimate volume of things that could be used for defense. It would be a smart time to make a purchase from them, I think.
There is a legitimate source as well with the is the one we were suggested to sell the dragon parts to in town.
They were suggested. Why are we selling dragon parts? I don't understand. When has this
Uh,
happened?
The guild suggested couple places.
Oh, why don't we just sell our own dragon parts?
But that
Such things are regulated
was-
in this land, Nim.
why
Ah, this is bullshit.
Yes, yes, it is. I agree
Okay.
with Nim. We just sell it to somebody under the table. And we'll get far
Anyway,
more.
or we can use it. I don't know. Maybe we have spells we want.
I would
Anyway,
quite happily take the dragon's corpse. Sans many parts, of course, but the bones, the general structure.
we'll see. There you go. That works. See, we've already got a home for old Bonesy Dragon. Anyway,
He is the
but
Dark Moss.
I was just thinking that there is legitimate source of magic items. Right now, the guild is probably got them pushed up against the wall and is forcing them to buy out right now. The guild does not know about the darker parts of town, the legitimate sources. Those sources are going to try to flee. They are going to get out of town as fast as they can and take those things with them. But they could also make a large, tidy profit
Also,
off a desperate town.
a slight divergence, but also surely if things go bad here, maybe we can ask if the citizens can flee into the alleyways. I know it's dangerous in there in its own way, but
It is actually not a bad place for the people who can't fight. Maybe if we can hide them there, but I don't know.
Have we
Morris is
defined
kind
who-
of pro.
is it
Morris
Morris that
pro
owns
death.
and controls it?
I think it is Morris's place, and Morris is kind of pro death.
Iala, Noah, you both had most interaction with him.
Boy, howdy.
Perhaps you can inquire with the perhaps kind of Fae.
Iala's
to be.
face visibly like grimaces. If we have to.
The
We
last
need-
time I saw Norris, it turned into a black cat and chased me down the alleyway.
Not Nim,
hopefully- hopefully he does. They don't want everyone to go through the maze. That would be really safe. But like,
I've always wanted to go in a maze. Are they fun?
No.
no.
Oh,
Well, go for
That
the-
was a harrowing experience that I don't wish to experience again.
I don't want to see Spaghetti Noah again.
and also might work out if you are talking to Morris anyway. Maybe Morris has some pull with this smiling one.
I'm just afraid that I'm going to have to go through the maze again to find him. I'll see.
If you have
Maybe.
entered the maze once, don't you know the way?
Yeah, you don't have to do it again, right?
Cool.
Anyway, I had. Oh, my head. Nim.
Don't overexert yourself, Nim.
It
I
is,
would-
I think of all the fire coming and I get upset.
I think that I'd also would like to ask our new tenants whether they know any spells to help us. The
You
giant.
can't just make North Star bigger, can you?
Yes.
Would that help?
Tori just like his face sort of shrinks in as he like brings his arms up in a shrug.
I mean,
Is bigger actually better? Like when it comes to giants, does it make a difference?
It should be stronger, but also more of a target.
Oh,
Rolla knows a lot of like earth magic. I feel.
As
yeah,
you're
they are.
speaking about
Oh.
them, there is like a horrendous sound as a tree is literally pulled up by its roots out of the ground.
that's that was loud.
I wonder if we
That's
could transplant the forest.
That's technically not cutting down, by the way, right?
I don't know.
I
That's
don't.
that's completely natural.
I'd also be surprised if this was part of the Fae's domain. The city would push back their limits.
Have I been just leaving Fey offerings to nobody?
Probably. I mean, I'm sure the foxes and raccoons and all manner of creatures in the woods appreciate it.
Oh,
Let's
And
ask the
animals.
raccoons for help.
I
Then.
mean,
No.
you probably
Uh,
could.
they're going to have
Probably
to worry
could.
about the water. Do you think that they're going to like use the canals to
Ula.
get in? Holy Fula's really strong in the water. This whole town is like water, right?
Yes, many canals, large river. But yes.
Oh shit! I will beg Fula. I will beg Fula. What can town give for Fula? Or what can Dim give for Fula? Oh, Fula, help! You know what would be amazing? No, actually, I don't like that idea.
She was able to come out within the confines of the bells, right?
Bells.
Yes, I don't actually know if she has any kind of actual restrictions. I think it is just when she decides to come out. I don't know.
Does she accept like animal sacrifice? Because we have all those animals from farms that we could like throw in the river.
I
Maybe.
doubt it.
That's not
Shin and
really
their
Fula's
kin are not.
thing.
They appreciate the gestures of humility and giving up something, but they'd probably rather, especially a Merid, rather
They like
have
service.
service, jewels, finery,
Oh
Just
no!
throw the animals in the water.
There are.
Sacrifice them.
That is a bad thought in Nim's head.
Oh, share the
I
bad
am
thoughts.
much too very jealous person, and I don't like it. What if I go get a bunch of brownies and such, right? And I convince them to serve Fula, and we get a whole bunch of Fula empowered brownies.
We should see what
You want
her. Also, why just brownies?
I'm extremely racist.
It's reasonable.
Oh, good to
and
know.
It depends what she can do herself. Because
Actually, my thought would be, if over the battlefield you have on pseudo dragons flying fast, people who can shoot like I can.
it's reason. Well,
But
we should see
I mean,
what her
it
abilities
could also be guards.
in herself are first, because if she is capable of acting on her own, that is something. If she is to divest her power, that would leave her weakened. And
Yes, that would not be good. And also, I don't.
but if she is
think
unable to act
I
and
am
make these
only
bargains, then
servant she needs. No.
of course, I'm sure that if she took over others, you would be at the head of her cult.
I'm sure they could be a temporary measure.
Mm.
So you want to make a bunch of temp cultists? I don't think it works
also-
that way.
Also, I'm thinking about it because got to cover my bases here. It is not good that I am warlock. Right? Just like it is bad to be necromancer and it is bad to be warlock.
To the closed-minded, yes.
But to towns, yes, maybe it caused stir, and we will have to leave town very quickly after this. I think, yeah.
Well, I will tell you something. Imminent death has a lot of power to sway people's opinions.
Okay, so I am down to talk to Fula. She could do so much. She's so powerful. Notori, you don't even know how great she is. Oh, she's so pretty and powerful and brave. Oh man, I would love to see her fuck up
Yes,
some
I
more.
know you're
Sorry,
very
Taryc.
horny for your.
No, I'm
Merid
not
patron.
horny. She is my mommy
Yes.
figure.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You're stuck back. I didn't have parents. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that way.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
That's a lot more tragic.
well.
Oh.
Okay.
Nim actually looks-
Enough teasing Nim. She's not in a state to retort right now. You get like a gentle pat from Altori's finger.
Nim's like sagging.
Well then, Papa is asking you to go talk to Mother about possibly raising the canal waters to fend off the encroaching gnolls.
Yes.
or divesting her
Oh.
power to further subordinates of yours.
Also, I have lost track of the brownie that was taken care of.
Oh, shit. Right, yes, she's still in the house.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
she was looking for me to come back out of the bathroom at some
Right.
point.
Okay. On top of that, okay, Cassian, you've got your task. Noah and Iala, you've got yours. Nim, you have yours. Taryc, I'd like you to gently inquire with the 7 bells while we have heeded warning. It's still not an avenue that we should close off, and if they can provide aid, we should get it as long as it comes at a reasonable cost.
Also, I have a weird suggestion for you, Taryc.
Yes.
We are both from Dooley, and we have different way of doing things. I am familiar with Cassic attack in Dooley is big thing. We always have much defense. Yes, they come waves bad. These people don't know how to fight worshippers or gnolls. Maybe if you have time, offer to spar some of the guards.
Well, tomorrow I'd like us to go meet with the Guildmaster and the guard captain anyhow as a group. It's a good opportunity to offer your services then.
Yes, because
yes.
they are not going to be used to weapon swing, bite.
Right. Well, it is relatively late. I think we should perhaps try and get started on our tasks now. At least get our grounding, continue tomorrow if we need to.
Is this guild leader nice? Has anybody met her? Oh,
Mm,
no, you met
She's
her,
in-
right?
She's intense, but I believe she has a good heart.
She holds more to a inner guiding compass, which is, in my opinion, a good thing.
Oh, you met her?
Yes,
Oh boy. Yes, apparently.
I am
Oh,
decently acquainted with her.
well, that is in our favor then.
Uh, we'll see about that.
Well,
Right,
otherwise, I think less of her.
as you should.
I'm
Okay,
going to go not get in trouble with little brownie old lady
let's take
who
you
is tempting
inside.
me. Has
Yeah.
she been paid? How is this being handled? I think her
She
a
has
bunch.
not been paid, but I will make sure she is very well reimbursed.
Okay. Thank you for saving my life, everybody.
You're welcome. Thank you for saving
thank you for
ours.
saving ours.
Yeah, that was mostly. I think I was asleep for most of it. Look at my rope marks. They are hurtful.
Yes, let's get some ointment applied to those, Nim. Come on.
No, I don't. It smells bad.
Yes, come on, time to be stinky. He's going to take
had
Nim back
that.
inside. Cassian, you want to check out the library? That there aren't many books in here, by the way. That picture is deceptive. They took most of what they had. But if you want to try and find something here, you can. Otherwise, it is heading into town and trying to find something.
Or going over to neighbor noble houses and
Yeah. I mean
races
that
of
is
palms.
where most of the libraries are.
That's what Maltori did.
Yeah.
I guess let us go check out the Faylord of Death one more time, Noah.
Oh boy.
Okay, so they're
Yeah,
heading that way.
well.
Taryc, you heading with them to go to the alleyway?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them.
Cassian, what did you want to do? Is Toby there?
I don't know. He doesn't say anything. He didn't leave a message.
Okay. In that case, Nim, you are carried back to your room, where you see like the little brownie nurse sort of tapping her foot, like you weren't in the bath.
I found the outside where the fresh air lives.
She narrows her eyes a bit and goes, "Well,
He took me back in. He said I wasn't supposed to be outside yet.
not during the night time, preferably. It's chilly."
It is cold.
Well, come here. I've got your heater going, so
When did I get a heater?
yesterday I made them go out and get you a heater.
When did I get this? What is? What? My room is better.
Yes, we were negligent in helping you set up your room, and well, it's being rectified.
Thank you so much. That was very kind.
If you need anything in here, just let me know, Nim.
I am fine. It is okay.
Right,
I do not spend too much time in here.
Tori's going to set you down and just go. Nim, do you still want her care? Sela, do you think it is necessary? And Sela just sort of, scratches his head and goes, "Well, I'd like to see that she is actually well and able before I go. And you don't expect me to walk home at this hour, do you?" "I suppose not. Okay. Stay here for another night, and then we'll see about getting you home, and we'll, of course, see to your pay." And she just sort of like waves her hand as if like she's not worried about it.
And it is fair you get me reimbursed. You have lost many days. How long was I out?
I think it's day 3. Day 3. Is it day 3?
Yeah, something like that.
About that.
You were out for a good couple of days, Nim.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
Maybe tomorrow I can go shopping. I want to get a saddle for Nami, so that way I don't ride him proper and not use ropes.
Yes, indeed. Nomi, sort of like doesn't respond, but just slowly starts to nod his head.
Nami, are you okay?
Meep meep. Nomi just flashes okay at you.
Did you rest? Have you been resting?
Nomi bobs his head again, and you get a flash of lots of rest.
Okay, we get more rest, okay?
You see, Malator is actually looking a little concerned towards Nomi. Or he just goes, "Miss Sela, you should come have something to eat. I noticed you did not attend dinner, so please, let's get you fed. I'm sure Nim is okay on her own for a bit. Yes, Nim?"
Yes, I am very good. I will not go out of the room again.
She peers at you before just nodding and going, "Okay, you make sure you rest."
I will.
And she actually sort of like walks over to Maltori, looks up at him, and like actually like puts out a demanding hand, and he goes, certainly lowers down.
madam.
Yep, and
Yeah.
picks her up, and he'll as he's sort of leaving the room, he looks back at you and just mouths "Fooler" at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh,
We will go ahead and cover Fooler first, as it's right here.
Okay.
You are left alone with Nomi, who Nomi just sort of like nudges his muzzle at you as if like trying to guide you to your bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna hug Nami and go, I need to talk to Fula a bit. Do you want to come with?
Nomi tilts his head a bit, and then just sort of you get a sort of questioning flash of have to fly.
No, you make a poof and we go in the ring. Remember when I hold you in the ring?
Nomi bobs his head.
Okay. I will poof him. And then I will poof in ring.
Okay.
It's been a few days. I haven't used this thing in a while. Oh no, the smell of dead body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
You emerge in Fula's your ring's interior,
My sanctum, yeah.
your sanctum.
Mhm.
Immediately, there is a bit of a smell in here. There is also a body that is just encased in ice.
Ah, she has solved this problem. I see.
And you see she sort of like emerges as she does from her like little watery side area, and leaning on her elbows, looks down at you, and there's a sort of furrowed brow, a look of concern, and she goes, "Jewel, you've not been here for a while, and I have felt your weariness."
Oh, grateful that I am sorry I had a brush with a reaper. Me and Nami, and I'm gonna take summon Nami and rub a bit and go.
And
He was very
Namika
brave.
snuggles up in your arms, and he
Oh.
goes, "Brave, is he?"
Yes, he was very brave. He carried me a long time. We were chased by a big group of gnolls. They are lighting the countryside on fire. and they turned into birds, and then they chased us through the air, and it was very bad, and our friends almost died.
One of her
But-
large arms reaches out, hand curling behind you, to pull you sort of like in just a little closer.
Mhm.
And she goes, "Tell me everything, my jewel. And if you like, Nim can recount everything.
Yep, Nim will recount everything.
Anything she wants to deliberately leave out.
No, Nim has nothing from patron.
You will describe your harrowing flight and such.
Yep.
Okay. You feel like it's funny. You come in here and like with most people you get to be equivalent size, but she makes you feel a bit small again. Not
Yep.
quite the same scale difference though.
He's also getting to see all my rope marks and
yeah.
stuff. He probably
And, yeah,
doesn't like
as,
that.
as you're talking, like she sort of keeps hand curled behind you, and you just feel like thumb brushing against you, and
Mhm.
she goes, "My sweet Jewel, such a terrible ordeal you've gone through, and truly, he is a brave little Drake. I
He
will
is
have to
very
think of a
brave.
way to reward you," she says directly to Nomi. And Nomi just sort of nods. Nomi's like, "Yes, reward."
Mm-hmm. I went to that, so I said that to Nomi as I'm like screeching under his chin. Mr. Matori has already promised you the yellow of the eggs. Just the yellows if you want it.
Nomi breaks for a moment, not knowing that this is a possibility.
Mhm.
You see,
I
like
don't even know how it can happen,
the
but
silver
I'm
dragon
excited
goes
to
still as the gears turn, and Frula goes, "So, are you going to be leaving this place?"
see. I don't know. I'm very torn. We have met the giants I told you about. Um, they will not easily be moved. Um, there are good people here I like. Some of them I am very interested in, and I don't think I could convince them to leave.
So you've come to
And I
treasure this place.
I wanted to make something of this place for me. I do kind of treasure it. So I come grateful that will you help? Will you help these people? Will you help me? Will you save us?
And she just, smiles, and she leans down, and those big lips like plant against the top of your head, and she just goes, "For you, my jewel, I will lend my ear to their pleading. Of course, for you, I will talk to them, but only their most important. They must ask my favor, and I will demand cost from them."
Of course, grateful. Will you be able to come out like you do at the bells?
Is harder in the material plane. The bells is easy. It's like she sort of gestures around her. This.
Hmm. Would you be able to grant power like you grant me to others?
I could, but I don't see that there would be many nearly as deserving as you.
No, of course not. They would never be as good as me.
They can ask what they want, be it my power or my aid, direct.
I wish I could just sleep in here. I have a very nosy brownie woman that's going to notice if I'm missing her too long. But
Let her knows.
I'm going
Rest
to
here, my dear.
hug Aunt Fula.
Um, you sort of hug against her, and then there's her shifting. It's almost a sort of flowing sound, watery, liquid being poured. You hear that as she sort of merges and shrinks down to be more close to you, like size. She's still a good few heads taller, but arms embrace around you, and she's just going to sort of guide you over to a pile of pillows in here, settle down, and just pat her lap.
Yep, I will climb up into her lap, still tugging on Nami. Just rest. Just rest.
You rest. Taryc, Noah, and Iala.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird heading for town. There's this mix of like the areas that are normally active at this late hour don't seem to be, and yet there is still a sort of bustle, a anxious activity going around. It is hard to rest when there's that idea of imminent invasion. That idea that we have to mount defenses. You see, there are people that are like, trying to board up their homes ahead of time. And as you approach the alleyway, you actually see a group of old ladies outside of a building, seemingly talking to a familiar Orcan gentleman. You see Magog, who, as you approach, he glances over and just gives you a sort of respectful nod. Seems to excuse himself from the group and actually moves over to meet you. He goes, "Folks, you come to bargain for something?" So I'm seeing a lot of people heading into the alleyways last couple of days.
It's one of the things we are planning to do. Uh, uh, we've come to see the Failord in the area.
Fuck me,
We were.
that's a thing to do.
Do you know if they can use the alleyways for protection of the citizens, or is that going to still be on a secret lockdown?
Fucked if I know. It's a Feylord. They can do a lot of things, right? It's just whether it wants to or not.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So you might have a better
Well-
time bargaining with the bells than with that thing. Every time I walk past him, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
If it was my decision, I wouldn't deal with either of them.
So he's been scarce the past couple of days, so you might have to try and find him. No gate guard.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for that. Do you, by chance, uh, uh, does your organization have in the way of magical items that might be able to aid in the siege for sale or trade?
He lets out a sort of exacerbated breath and goes, we got some things available. We won't be able to acquire much more. Trade routes aren't going to be particularly easy now, but we got some things, whether it's for trade or sale. You have to talk to Harbour.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're adventuring types, right?
Indeed.
Yes.
He actually looks back towards the little gaggle of old ladies who are sort of like ushering back into their little group gathering inside, and he goes, "You're gonna stick around and help, right?"
That is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And then you need another strong arm, and he just like puts his hand out like fist first, as if like wanting to bump together.
It's good to know we have more people to count on.
Thanks, buddy. And Noah just reaches out and fist bumps.
He just nods and goes, "Anytime. I might be into some shady shit, but I care about a lot of people here, so you name it, I'm there."
Thank you. We'll alert you if we need you.
I won't hold you anymore. I've got more folks to see anyway. And you just see him he nods at you and just starts to head down the street, apparently heading to another building.
All right. Yes. So, Taryc, you'll be going to the Seven Bells, and I guess
Hmm.
we have to go find the Faylord.
Yes.
Do you think you would be better off in the Seven Bells, Iala?
No.
And I take the Feylord?
Why would I be better there?
I don't know. Because you spent the night there learning stuff, and I am more Fey. I don't.
Mm,
I completed. I guess you also completed it, and they liked it. So
Are you deciding which one of you is going with Taryc?
yes.
Oh.
I mean, Eric, okay, fine.
Taryk's like, I can go by myself. Both you go, Gaylord.
I think.
You're.
Is-
I can handle the bells on my own. The sounded like it took quite a bit to go through with the last time with you two.
That is true.
I think I will stick with the Fey Lord for now. I think I have a more favorable position, impression on him than I do the the leader of the Bells. But I don't know how much that is preferable for a Fey Lord.
All right, let's try and find that door then.
Okay. You
We will.
all head into the alleyway.
Yes.
You reach the point where, actually, before you reach the Seven Bells, you're sort of moving through, and all of you see the familiar old crone. Only her stall seems to be in disarray, like half dismantled, and behind her there is actually. Go ahead and give me perception checks. Okay, those are two good ones. Wow,
Ooh,
never seen Noah roll
what
so low.
happened?
That
Amazing. Okay. Well, no, it doesn't quite. It doesn't quite click in Noah's head immediately. But I say,
Noah's too busy looking for
Yeah.
a door.
Taryc and Iala. She was set up like right against the building. Her stall, like snug against it, because not the widest alleyways, and she wanted plenty of stall room, right? That half remnants of her stall seems to be in the same place. However, there is now a large, like wagon behind her, and it sort of like makes your eyes water a bit as you try to figure out the perception of this, as that building seems to be in line with the other buildings first, but has to be further back to allow the room here.
Ugh. That makes me dizzy looking at it.
Oh, dearies. Yes, hello. Okay, fire sale happening right now. Anything you need, a half price. As we are gonna go. It's all gonna go. I've gotta go. Um,
That is yes. It's best that you get out of here. It seems like things are going to
Never
get a
gonna read
little
my
bit.
book to me.
glad you
Troublesome.
agree. In fact, the one with the chest. Yes. Come closer, dear.
She doesn't get much closer.
Is it like inch ever so slightly forward?
Very barely, yeah.
She's sort of, like making big gestures with her arms. Come here, come here.
We are kind of busy.
Noah pushes her forward.
Ugh.
Marvelous. A bony, long-fingered hand wraps around your forearm, Iala, and just like sort of tugs you closer, and suddenly a hammer is held out to you.
What? What?
The stall becomes the wagon. I need the wagon.
Okay. What?
The stall.
Why?
She gestures like big at her half dismantled stall. Turns into, transforms, is reconfigured into a wagon. As she gestures at a half assembled wagon.
All right.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Yes, very kind of you to notice I needed help, young lady. Come on.
Oh, is that what you want?
You're holding the hammer, so clearly you're ready to go. Come on.
What's my pay?
Oh, I'll give you an enchantment or an item.
That sounds good.
Marvelous. Right, come along then. The other two of you,
Hey,
you're staying to help.
I guess. Do I get
No,
paid
I'll go
too?
find the Fae
Then-
Lord.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's probably a good idea. I'll leave you to it. Have fun.
Seven
Yeah,
hells! Has the invasion arrived already?
No, it's not here yet. I'm
She's
just trying
pointing
to
at
find.
Taryc.
That no. This is ours. This is our knoll.
Wow. It's not legal
Are
here.
Are you
Not that I'm
is it
judging,
not
but
safe in here from them?
do you trust that this is safe? You got in.
No. Yes. But I have been here before.
And the first time?
It was very difficult.
Okay, it's very low chances of somebody getting in, yes? Would say there's 1 in 100 chances, maybe?
Oh, wow, really?
Maybe.
How many no's do you think there were coming?
But they would have
I
to
don't
find
like
that
the
knoll.
odds.
There are a lot of gnolls on the way in,
I love
so...
this woman.
More hammering, please.
Alright. This is making me dizzy. She just kind of trips over some
It's
stuff
just a
as she
spatial
kind of...
distortion. Get it together, young lady.
Are you sure you don't want to go to the bells and I will do that?
She does look far stronger than you.
Sure. You don't mind working with a gnoll, do you?
I don't care. She's got strength of mind. Come along.
Alright, I guess here you go. She passes the hammer over to Taryc.
She reaches up and like pats your upper arm, Taryc, and just goes, "Good, good. You seem to have far greater strength of mind than that one. Okay, just wave the hammer at the things you need moved."
Okay. Wow, it doesn't have strength.
Yes.
Gonna start working on it. Do I get paid then?
Sure, if you're gonna demand it. You're not getting paid though. You quit.
Fine. I'll go see some other people who will appreciate my time.
Who?
She,
Oh, never
starts
mind, young
leaving.
lady. We all do what we need to get by. And she just winks at you.
Wow.
How?
Oh yes, in my
Yeah.
youth I did very similar.
Iala just starts walking away.
If you
Before
need
she
any
gets dragged
teachers
into-
after the fact, come see me if I'm still here.
So I understand you know Mr. Maltori.
Oh, that bastard of a hunk. Yes, I know him. You are acquainted.
Yes.
Tell him to go to
Yes.
hell.
I will tell him that when
Sexually.
I see him.
And if he comes back here, I'll give him a piece of something, all right? And she just elbows you with a far too bony elbow.
Didn't know elbows could be that
More
bony.
hammer waving.
I'm waving the hammer the whole
Right.
time. I'm
Okay.
talking.
Yeah, the hammer does not in fact need to make contact with anything. You just sort of like gesture it at a screw. It comes loose. You can pry a board away. It's almost telekinetic. Has a mind of its own. And I need you to make me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Okay.
Let's record it Arcana in case you have a bonus in that.
They're exactly the same.
Okay. It's very awkward. You're not the quickest, but you're getting it done. All right. As the other two wander away, she's gonna look at you, Taryc, and go, "So, you being sensible and getting out of here, or are you joining the horde? Not an
I am not
advanced
planning.
scout, are you? An
I
inside
am.
girl?"
No, they are Cassic. Yeah, Cassic. They're Cassic worshippers. I have left that life behind.
Oh, defector. Well, I suggest you flee with everyone else that's got a good mind.
Mm. I will see what the group does. I am unfortunately leaving the others would be a problem for me going anywhere else.
Mm.
Being the fleeing from the Knolls, I do not
Oh,
think
yes, I
many will.
suppose others are far more judgmental of, your kind.
Yes.
Ravenous beasts. What do you think? 5 wheels or 7?
One at the front, 3 on each side for 7.
If you think so, okay. Sure. Alright. You are going to assist her with constructing her wagon, which does not appear to have any means to hitch up any kind of pulling animal to it.
That's why I figured the one at the front.
Uh-huh. And you can tell she appears to be incanting. Whether anything's actually happening to the wagon, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
She appears to throw random powders, sprinkle random herbs on it from a pouch. And
Just throwing saffron on it, that's all.
yeah, basically. And you're going to be there for a bit. So we
Okay.
are going to shift over. Noah and Iala, you make it through the 7 bells, and across the alleyway from that is the hours place and so on.
You going to be okay in there?
I really don't want to go in there, but I suppose we should see what they can help. I would rather go to Arwa's. I think I might go there first. She says, looking across the street.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
sure.
chickening
No
out.
one would go see Arwa when Nim asked, but now everyone wants to go see Arwa.
Let's see what they have. It just seems so risky to trust a consortium of devils when we're being assaulted by a horde of demon-addled berserkers. So it seems awkward to me.
Well, they would know the best, I would think, but getting supplies from Ara might work. So,
I wonder if they know if. She looks back at the 7 bells. They would be the people who would know what that what's nah, what good things to use against people on that drug would be.
An intervention.
you can just ask. See, they'll probably ask for a price, but
All right, let's get this over with. You. She starts walking towards the 7 bells.
what? You're not going to ask me if I'm going to be all right?
You'll manage.
All right.
Just think of it as I have complete faith in your abilities.
Okay.
Just think of it that way, at least. She just keeps walking.
But is it true?
Oh,
Is it true,
Iala
Iala?
enters the 7 bells.
Wow.
Not appreciated on this team.
As Iala
Who's
enters
with
the
me
7
and
bells,
dragons anyway?
Noah, are you going to stay there, go to Arwa's, or head deeper in to try and find the Fey
Holy
Lord?
smokes, dragons actually hate me. Is thinking about it, going all the interactions with Noah's had
Nami.
with dragons. being stung, being beaten, and being snubbed by them.
And also being like breath weapons upon, right?
Oh, well, here we go. And Noah heads towards the Morris door, the Doris, one might
All right.
say.
Okay. As Noah heads deeper on in, Iala, you step into the Seven Bells, and it is more crowded than you've ever seen. It's not a massive crowd that you'll find in a lot of taverns, but there's at least 20 people in here. Beyond the usual misdeeds, multiples running the place.
And the
Mhm.
succubi.
Yeah, and the succubi. Which, yeah, looking up those upper rooms, you can hear faint sounds coming from them. You see doors open, succubi guiding people in and out. And there are plenty of people at the bar talking to copies of Mr. Deeds. There are people at the gambling tables. All mixtures of sort. There's young women, mothers. There's what looks like to be a few noble clientele. There's your common paupers. It's just everything in here. An eclectic crowd.
Mhm.
And immediately, of course, as you're sort of looking around, a smiling Mr. Deeds starts to approach you, hands splaying out as he goes, "Oh, my dear sweet half dragoness, and already carrying something extra, I see. I'm very
Carrying
glad that the ritual has been of use to you so far."
Yes. It's first steps.
Mm. You lucked
It's
into
a
that quite
small.
quickly, though, didn't you?
Indeed. It's got. I don't know if it was fortunate or it was unlucky that we ran into a particularly belligerent dragon on one of our escapades.
Wanting to keep your sights set on taking only from those that are of foul nature.
Indeed. It wouldn't leave a good taste in my mouth otherwise.
Oh, good. We all must hold to our moral code. But I find you here in my fine establishment once more, and it pleases me so. Can I get you a drink, something to eat?
No, thank you. I've just had a few questions.
And I might have some answers. Want to do this here at the bar, private room?
I suppose I can just sit at the bar, as
Come along,
this isn't
come along.
exactly a secret.
Right, and he leads you over to the bar, heading around behind it. And as you sit down, he sort of looks at you and goes, "Truly, though, a drink?"
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well then, he staples his fingers together, elbows on the bar, and goes, "Tell me your woes and give me your questions, and we'll see what we can do."
I assume your business is booming because of the news of the attack that is seeming to be arriving soon, yeah?
Oh yes, Lowe's seeking salvation through. Honestly, the means that isn't true salvation, but we won't tell anyone. And he gives you a little wink. There are those that are looking just to live out their lives in a big bang, convinced it's all going to end. Others seeking power to fight back. Yeah, all the usual gamut of things.
That is actually one of the things I came to ask about, ways to fight back. Are you interested in offering assistance with that?
Mm, I mean, only so far as I'm interested in any bargain.
Since I would assume it would be bad for business if this place was razed to the ground.
Funny thing that things around here getting razed to the ground. It's not as bad as for business as you'd think.
Uh, she just sighs. Uh, so, I had another question if you have an answer for it. The Meldonium, that is the demon drug that I believe the gnolls are using to cause
Yes,
themselves to go berserk.
is that so?
Mm-hmm. Is
Well,
there
it is a fine product.
Could you would you be able to tell me let's say side effects that could be used against them, against those who partake in it, or maybe massive weak points or flaws in its design?
Hmm. For a
Something
cost,
to give us an advantage.
certainly.
And what would be the cost of that?
He sort of taps his chin and goes, "I would like the dragon you killed."
Really? An entire dragon for a few words like that?
My services are in high demand right now.
Hmm.
Or feel like I got information about Maldonian on a song so that we know that they can tell us about it.
Hmm. I will have to think about that.
Of course. Anything else you want?
Let's see. For do you happen to have information on a fellow called the Smiling One?
Yes, plenty indeed.
Do you, what um what would be a cost for say a rundown of things they are willing to trade for? Things they particularly like?
Hmm. For that information, don't suppose you'd be
One
willing to
dragon.
have one of my spawn, would you?
Sorry, I'm not taking such things at the moment.
Well, then, one quest.
A quest.
Your party takes a quest from me.
What would be the quest? Do we have? Will you give me information beforehand?
No.
Hmm. She leans on her hands, just thinking. Hmm. You wouldn't send us off to do something rather untowards, correct? You know that would lose you a few customers.
Not that you'd be aware of.
I see. I don't think I can go with that price. I don't like doing things I don't know the consequences.
Well, what would you give me then?
Let's see. Um, to start, let me look through my stuff for ideas.
If you think the price is
Uh,
too high, he sort of glances over to the gambling tables. You can always try your luck instead.
Who wants to death roll?
God.
I'd rather save my luck for outside the gambling ring. You know, as the house. Oh, I've heard the house always wins.
Eventually.
Except on that rare occasion when somebody wins. And you feel like a legend. A
But
lost
plenty
legend.
walk out of here with exactly what they want.
But the prices they paid for such things, I don't think. I believe people are allowed to leave when you deem them able to leave.
What? No, I would never stop somebody from walking from the door.
All right. Um, trying to think of what would be a good deal to get information on a Fey Lord.
Yeah, you can roll me an insight check if you want.
Yes, I would like that, please. One insight check.
There's just a certain gleam in his eyes. It's hard to nail with that, I'm afraid.
Right. I'm gonna use my reroll, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that. It's kind of a Hail Mary, but it's a little bit better.
Yeah. You're sort of looking at him and looks like he's waiting, expecting an answer, but you start to realize, I don't think it matters what I put on the table. He is bit like you've dealt with him before. He's been far more obstinate, far more pricey.
Hmm.
He seems to be almost walling you here. He's giving you
The price.
costs he knows you don't want to pay.
It seems in the times of crisis the prices are a little bit too high for my party and me.
That is a dear shame. Still, maybe talk to your fellows and see if they'll agree to one of them.
I will see what they have in store. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me.
Also, give me a perception check, Iala.
Perception. Typical
Wow.
Iala.
Yep.
Inspiration. Do it.
I just used mine, so
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
that's why I did for the insight.
Oh.
Yeah. The din of conversation. It's a bit too chaotic. You can't really focus on anything. But he does sort of like just sort of like put his hands out and go, well, again, you're welcome to stay and drink if you so please, even beyond the house. We're doing well business wise, so.
Again, thank you for the offer, but I have other people to meet with. Uh, we may talk again in the future. So long.
Well, you and yours are always welcome.
Iala takes her leave, exits, and once she's outside the door, cursed devils. They're up to something, as usual.
From a window above you. I heard that.
As you're sort of standing outside, the door actually opens up behind you, and you see a young man sort of coming out, a big grin on his face, holding just like this wooden box.
Winning big in there, huh?
Winning? Oh well, straight bargain.
Uh-huh. What did you manage to get your hands on, if you don't mind my asking?
He sort of opens it up, and you just see this beautiful like gorget, the sort of neck armor piece.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be just like this silver with golden filigree, beautifully ornate, a couple of gems set into it. And he goes, "This is gonna make me so strong. I'm gonna be able to help everyone. A knight now."
You know that would only protect your neck, yes?
It's magical.
Uh-huh. Well, I
It'll
wish
give me
you
the
luck with
strength of
that.
10 men and the impervious of a fully armored knight.
You know, armored knights can be defeated by longbows, yes?
Yeah, but it's just gnolls, right? They don't. That'd be easy, and we're gonna win this. And I'm gonna be there on the front lines, and I'm gonna earn myself my glory, and everyone's gonna know my name.
Iala turns to him and puts a hand on his shoulder. That may very well be enchanted, but I suggest if you're going to fight, get some training at the guild hall. If you don't know how to swing a blade, then you might as well be flinging rocks.
I've swung blade around plenty. It's fine.
And you do know gnolls are like 7 feet tall and are not afraid of death, yes?
Just want this guy to be super confident and
There's-
just like lightly grab Iala's side of her face and just be like, "It's okay, sweetheart, I've got you," and just give her a big kiss.
You do see a momentary flicker of nervousness in his eyes, but he just puts on a big grin and goes, "Ah, no, I'll be fine. Don't you watch me."
I won't be watching you because I have other things to do. I'm warning you, overconfidence is an insidious killer.
Oh,
Keep your head on your shoulders, otherwise that Gorget isn't going to do a thing.
no, don't worry too much, love. They're just animals. And he's gonna give you a little wink, and he's gonna take off down the alleyway.
Also, I'm just gonna say because I have the OBS up. Every time when Yelly is like, "I'm not gonna be watching you," and then her little talkie would flick over to looking at her fingernails. It was so amazing.
Well, hopefully, I hope he survives, but maybe we can get the Gorget out of it.
He
Wow.
walks across the street to to the other people to meet with.
Okay. All right. As you head there, we are gonna cut to Noah. Which Noah, go ahead and give me a perception check as you walk down the alleyways.
Perception.
Okay. You're wandering along, and it feels like you have gone past the point you thought you would need to. Like, your brain's telling you this many steps, walking this long, should have hit that, like, crossroads with that building nearby. And yet the alleyway seems to just keep stretching on. And as you sort of look around, oh, funeral parlor.
That seems like a good hangout spot for a death-obsessed fae.
You want to head in there?
Yeah.
All right, you step on in, and immediately you're met with black and purple curtains, the occasional splash of red just for a touch of tasteful vibrancy. Dried flowers in phases scattered around the room. In the middle of the room are a few tables is the wrong word. Solid blocks with fabric covering them that have coffins set atop of them as if on display. And as you see this, and
Pedestals.
pedestals, thank you. As you see this, and the door closes behind you with another jingle of a bell that you didn't quite hear as you entered. Immediately you feel something by your side, a tape measure being held up against you.
Oh,
Oh, hello. Wonderful to see you again. You've come here to get measured, I presume?
not yet.
And Lord Morris, seemingly smaller than last time we saw him. Actually, far more like human proportioned, rather than any kind of big fey thing of horns. It's just like a couple of little nubs that are just slightly poking up the top hat he's wearing. But yeah, he's got a beautiful suit on, tailored coattails. Just screams not funeral home director, but more funeral procession lead. But all the same, he has a tape measure and he appears to be sort of like holding it up against you. Why would you come to a funeral parlor? Is somebody else?
I was actually coming to talk to you, Lord Morris.
Well, we can talk and work at the same time. Have you pondered the possibility of your companions falling?
Yes, that's why I'm going to prevent that.
I always think it is a presentation and not the happenstance of it going to occur. So, if you're going to prepare for one thing, why not the other?
Uh, because if I plan it right, then I'm not going to have to worry about the other one.
He just gives you a sort of sad look, shaking his head a little bit before he just rolls up his little tape measure. Well then, what have you come here for?
I was actually Two reasons. One, I was going to ask, uh, you know about the incoming Null incursion, correct?
He puts his hands up to his mouth and goes, "A no incursion that I warned you of? No."
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. You would know that. Sorry, it's been a week.
Tiring week. Harrowing.
Uh, so we were wondering if we could get your help with that, if there was anything you could aid us
He holds up the tape measure.
in protecting the town.
He slightly furrows his brow and goes, "Odd request."
Um, if that's not to your taste, I was also hoping if I could learn anything about a Feylord known as the Smiling One.
Ooh,
If you would know anything about
I don't
them.
want to know about that brute.
Brute.
Uncouth.
Oh.
Awful, awful creature.
That's the kind of vibe I was getting.
Yes, unseelie court. Not my favorite people.
We, to be honest, we were
My husband
on
gets on better
the
with him than I do, I'll be honest.
cusp of making a deal with it, but its terms were just as you said, kind of brutish.
Oh, what does it want? To grant somebody everlasting life or
We
some of
were
that
hoping
ickiness?
we were hoping to remove the wildlife from their forest in order to protect the
Do you have bow and arrow?
protect the bow
Yes,
and arrow.
it's quite an easy
Uh,
task.
well, all of them at once before the gnolls show up, so that way we could deny them supplies.
Well, then fire or flood or landslide, the raising of the earth, many things you could do.
We were hoping to like reduce the damage to the forest, but burning is indeed what we were going to pull off next because the price he wanted is beyond us. He wants children, and I don't want to be one finding children to hand over to the Unseelie Court.
Well, everybody wants children.
Uh, Already made children.
And let me guess, he was going to take them away to live forever.
Yes.
That's horrendous. Far better to let them live and die as they should.
No, in their mind. Oh, of course.
That's the
But,
problem with the Unseelie Fae. They never consider the consequences of taking the children to the Feywild. Sure, they'll be happy and free, but they will live forever.
how awful.
I know, horrendous. You're right not to treat with this one.
So we've basically been trying to find ways to help the town and reduce as much damage as possible because these gnolls are awfully shall I lack a better term, demon jack
Mm.
is druid dialect. They're they've gotten some sort of uh devil drug running into them and they don't die when they are killed.
They live
Well,
on.
they eventually they peter out, but only because they run out of blood.
Oh, well, exsanguination is, if you'll forgive me for having a little fancy to it after all these millennia, it's a quite fun one.
Do you have something that would allow me to accentuate a ton of gnolls at once?
Oh, probably. Unfortunately, it's not my area. It's not my domain.
Ah,
You want to lead them in
Ah.
here? Perhaps we can see to some fun exploration of means of demise for them, but out
what
there,
would we have?
no.
What would we have to do that?
Make them chase you, I presume.
Getting a bunch of gnolls to run through a door, though, seems a bit.
Not into my parlor, the alleyways. No, I don't want any ruckus in here.
Interesting. Noah puts their hand on their chin and just starts thinking. That would.
Of course, I'm not going to kill them off just en masse without their say so. That's rude. Death should be something that is embraced.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's
However,
true. Though,
there are always exceptions. If they're hell crazed, they're likely not of their right mind, right?
yeah, they were basically jumping to their deaths anyway. One tried to just was flying around as a bird and just became a gnoll and tried to nosedive us.
And let's say
It didn't end well.
1 to 20.
1 to 20?
One reasonable-minded, sentient, sapient creature to accept their death as a price for enacting the death on 20 gnolls.
I don't
I think
know.
that's a very reasonable. I mean, being rather generous there. Normally, I'd say 10 to 1, but it's quite a horde approaching, right?
Yeah.
Then, if you are to condemn 20 creatures to their unwilling deaths, I think it should be right that one accepts that as a price.
Oh,
Far better bargain than what the other one is offering you. No internal
sure
life
is.
nonsense.
Is the only problem is that the acceptance part, natural causes count, right?
I'm not going to. Oh, I suppose I could. If somebody's sick, I could accelerate that. I suppose that's a form of death, but I'm not going to let you just bring in somebody that's just died. They need to come here
Oh,
when it's happening, and they need to be ready to pay the price.
boy. Well, I'm going to keep that on the table. That does seem very useful. I don't like being in control of others' lives.
Well,
Like
unless you're the
that.
one that's offering themselves up, I think someone else would be in control of their lives. Yes.
Oh, well, that's true. Would it have to be all at once? Because I don't know
Oh,
if I'd be able to find one per 20 gnolls over the course of the invasion.
it can be as often as you want, I suppose. As long as they let in here, and there is one willing to sacrifice, we can do it whenever. Doesn't need to be all at once. And I will give them the kindest of deaths.
The kind I'll paint.
Oh boy. I if you don't mind, I would like to discuss this with my compatriots, but I will keep that on the table.
Certainly, certainly. And do remind them that if they want my services, I am here. I know that most Feylords will ask for a price for a gift, but truly, this is a passion in itself, and he gestures to the coffins.
Sure. If they need to be measured, I'll ask them to
No,
come
not
here.
just not just measured. I'll make the things as well. It'll be more beautiful than anything mortal hands can do.
I'll be sure to let them know.
He smiles. Marvelous.
That has actually a really nice thing, and it would be nice for the Amorian priest to know that he's got some backup because he's about to get a lot of dead bodies.
Okay. Okay. So, I'll take my leave now, Sir Morris, and I will hopefully return with good news.
I would be very glad for that. You have a marvelous day.
You too, Sir Morris.
Yeah, he smiles and gives you a flourishing bow before just looking up and going, "Oh, but if you are wanted to keep accruing," and his eyes just like look over you a bit, you could at least try and take something from the smiling one.
Hey.
We all love a game, a challenge, stakes.
What kind of games would the smiling one accept?
You'd have to ask my husband.
Are they in right now, or is there a way to contact them?
Oh yes, you wish to travel to the land of the dragon goddess. You know, he sort of like squints a little bit as if he's saying something he shouldn't. The real one, the first one.
Oh, okay.
So many now.
Oh
That's the Feywild, right?
No,
No.
no!
that's Arcanist. Where Iala is from, actually.
Oh. I will I will see what I can do then.
He smiles
Yes,
again.
that's thank you so much, Lord Morris. And Noah gives a bow.
He sort of actually returns it with a deep flourishing bow, as if it doesn't occur to him to keep his status. But he does a deep flourishing bow and just sort of gestures to the door as if, "Please be my guest and leave."
And Noah takes their leave, and that was a lot better than expected. So
And then
Noah
you
goes,
meet again,
yeah,
Noah, as you
one
get out.
one defender for 20 gnolls. Those are good odds.
It's a lot better. All I have to do is kill people.
Wow,
No, all I have to do is convince people to die.
those that can't act as
That's a lot.
defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot easier than giving children to a
Or
Feywild.
To
you
everlasting
convince the
life.
children to die.
5 children for everlasting life, or how many gnolls are coming?
a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to kill all the gnolls.
All right,
We could
and
get like
as you're mulling that over, we move to Cassian.
steal from the
Can I be heard?
smiling one.
Yes, you can
Yes.
be heard.
Okay, sorry about that earlier. My mic was showing active, but it was picking absolutely nothing up.
Well, yes, I'm gonna say, Cassian, you do like take a quick look through the few books that are left here, but there aren't. It's stuff the nobles didn't even deign to take with them. They're not particularly useful, and none of them seem to pertain to any sort of legends or local, stories on the Fae. So, with that, you probably have to head over and find one of the libraries in town. You are in the sort of noble area. You know that nobles do keep stocking out local libraries. You know a couple of them offer them for access. Others might be pressed to allow access. So do you want to try one of those, or do you want to like head into like one of the little private collections in town? What do you want to do?
I'm going to try one of the more accessible libraries, open libraries first.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to say you take off. Maltory will give you directions to where he went to look for these, and you'll find yourself at the library or the household of 1 second. You of the Felard family. Felard. It is quite late at night, but you do see like there's a couple of lights on in windows, and you do see a sort of patrolman moving around there in their courtyard. Seems to have a dog with him. Looks like some kind of a hunting hound. Um, and I don't think Cassian's particularly stealthing about, right?
No, Cassian's
Um,
actually going to make himself
Yeah,
obvious.
which you coming up the path towards their gate. He actually sort of comes to the gate to meet you, and he goes, "Oh there, sir. What can I do for you? Do you have business with the
I-
Villards?"
My name is Cassian Archivald. I am a adventurer of the guild and a somewhat refined wizard. I was
One of
looking to
Kieran's
access.
friends.
I have no idea who that is. I was
Oh.
looking to access the Fenard Library, if they will allow me at this time of day. because
Fenard
it
said.
Fenard. I'm sorry. I'm getting information and I'm not getting enunciations right.
That's
Unfortunately, at the moment.
it's no bother to me, sir. Just thought I'd remind you before you see them.
And that was Fallard again.
Yes, Fenard. Do you know your
Okay.
letters, sir? I assume
I
wanting to
quite
see the
do.
library, you do. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, they are at rest right now, but I know that the Lord is likely still awake. I'll go ask for you, okay?
I do appreciate that.
Oh,
And your name,
what was
young man?
I'm Bob.
Nice to meet you, Bob. I am Cassian.
Uh, he winks a bit and goes, forgive my impertinence, sir, but if I could see your adventurer token.
Cassian will pull out his adventuring token.
Silver, that'll lend some credence. He just nods and he pauses a bit and before goes, actually, if I could take that with me, sir.
What are the rules about letting these go?
They are used as handoffs for like proof of person for access. You are responsible for where it goes and what happens to it, so it's your call essentially.
Well, this is a noble house. I will
Yeah,
hand it to him.
I promise nothing untoward will happen, sir. He'll take it and just nod and be like, "I'll be back in a minute." And he goes, "Come on, Larry." And the dog follows on after him. And as he gets to the doorway, you see him like turn the dog, tell it to sit. It sits. He opens the door, heads on in, and then the dog immediately stands up and follows him in. And Cassian, you're waiting there for about 4 minutes or so before you see a nobleman, clearly nobleman, just based on like how fine his nightgown is. Does not deign to have dressed himself up further just to come out here, but he's got a pair of slippers on. He comes down the path with his patrolman, and he sort of gives you a look over and goes, "Cassian, wasn't it?
Cassian Archibald, sir.
You acquainted with my son?"
I do not know your son.
Huh. Interesting. Normally adventurers that appear here. Well, Bob tells me that you... actually, he doesn't say Bob. He said, Robert tells me that you desire access to our books.
Yes, sir. I am looking for information on a local Fey Lord.
Can I ask what this pertains to? Why you want this?
It pertains to the upcoming assault. We're looking for ways to stymie their advance, and dealing with the local Fey Lord may prove useful, but unfortunately, it's a Fey Lord.
Well,
And
can't
I
say I'm
had heard
familiar with
that
the name, but my father might have had books on him.
he is known as the Smiling One.
Yes, you'd mentioned, but I'm not familiar with that. However, he looks you over and goes, "You seem like a learned individual."
I am.
Not
Humble
too
too.
long, you hear?
You tell me how long I have. I will endeavor to be gone before then.
He looks towards his house and goes, "If you are capable of being quiet, then I'll give you an hour. And this will be when I take my bed."
Cassian actually bows in the horse fashion.
Mhm.
I do appreciate that.
Come on along in then, young lad. And he sort of nods to Bob, who actually sort of unlocks the gates and opens them up to let you in. And he thanks the nobleman thanks Bob and goes, you may return to your duties. Thank you for alerting me. Of course, my lord. And Bob and Larry start patrolling around again, very leisurely, like they're just taking a casual walk. And the lord sort of gestures for you to follow him.
And Cassian will stay a very polite distance back.
And as he's walking, he goes, "So you're an adventurer, young man.
I am.
What is your discipline?"
I'm an abjurationist.
That's some kind of wizard.
Yes.
Ah,
Protection wizard might be the easiest way to say it.
I see. I see. Well, I hope you are ready for the coming days.
No, but we're trying to make sure we are.
Well then, do you take tea?
As much as I would like to say yes, I do not want to impose, especially at this time of night. I am
Yeah.
already imposing more than enough.
He shakes his head and just goes, "I've already made a pot for myself, so."
Then if I may have a cup, I would appreciate it. It makes the reading go faster.
Then please, I'll bring it in. And he sort of gestures to an open set of double doors that lead into what is clearly a library. And you see there's a fire lit in the hearth in there. There's plenty of distance away from the books. But you can also see there is a plush chair and there is a book already open on the table and a cup of tea beside it.
All right.
And
Cassian's going to step in and immediately start looking at titles and whatnot.
right, Cassian wants to give me an investigation check.
As I do have the researcher background.
Mhm.
does
If you could
this
go ahead and
help?
paste that for me.
Yes.
I'll give you advantage because of this.
Advantage investigation.
Very nice.
Nice.
All right. This is going to take you a while to look through. You know, it's not instantaneous, but as you're sort of going over the shelves, the Lord comes in with a cup and saucer, and you see like there's like he sets it down on the table, and like on the table there's already a little thing with some sugar cubes, little silver tongs, and he also puts down a little jug of milk, this tiny little silver pitcher. And he goes, "Please help yourself to sugar and milk. Do you need any
you.
assistance, young man?"
Have I spotted anything of interest?
At this
yet?
point, not so far.
Not at the moment, sir. I do appreciate it. Right now I'm just indexing.
He nods a little bit, and before he sort of his eyes glance over at your lower body, not disrespectfully, just like almost if it's something to go into him. And he goes, "If you see anything on the upper shelves that requires a ladder, let me know."
Yes, sir.
And he'll just take a seat and sort of not deliberately ignoring you, just sort of like almost respectfully, like you carry on, you know, while I read.
Cassian's going to do his best to stay absolutely quiet.
Yeah, and all that really accompanies you is the sound of the fireplace, that crackling, and there's a sort of steady tick tock, which tells you they've got a very expensive piece of item in here, a grandfather clock. Having a clock in a household is, even for nobility at this point in time,
Yeah, that's
pricey.
We don't even have a clock.
That's flaring his collar right there.
Yeah. And yet, you look over these books, and this is a good collection. Again, it's eclectic. There are like books on farming in here, books on war, clearly a bunch of stories, and all of these are bound books, which again, incredibly expensive. And then you start to see, oh, this is actually decently organized. Here are fairy tales. Fairy tales are useful. Any ones that are locally done. and you start, putting them out, giving them a quick look over, and then you find something that you pull off the shelf. It's in the fairy tale section, but there's no writing on the spine, so it's just a thing of like, I better check this.
Mhm.
And as you pull it off, immediately on the cover, embossed into the leather, is a very familiar figure. This tall, bestial creature with a wide smile, surrounded by a ring of dancing children.
Oh. I'm going to step out into the light and open it up and start digging through it.
As you sort of come away and actually start, reading properly, he glances over and goes, "Did you find something useful?"
Perhaps. It's the exact person we're dealing with, so
Marvelous. Well, if you're willing to put down a few gold pieces, that will be returned to you. You can take it with you.
I will. I'm most certain. Bleh. I'm
Don't
sorry,
expect
sir.
you to
I'm
read the
having a
whole
hard-
thing in an hour.
What's left of the hour?
Yeah, he actually looks
As
and
much as
goes,
I would love
the
to
last
try-
20 minutes.
As much as I would love to try, I already know I cannot get through this entire book in 20 minutes. So I shall not hold you up, and Cassian will put down 5 gold pieces. I will bring this back as soon as I can. If nothing else, I will leave it at our household, and I'm going to tell them the household that we are currently at.
No, you're not, well, no, they've moved. You're the new
Yes.
residents then.
Yes, we purchased the property and the house.
Well, I'm glad to know I have, some courteous neighbors.
Oh, we're an elected group.
Yes, he gives you a wry smile. If you're an adventurer, and I'm sure that you are. Well, if you don't return the book, young man, I will come calling at the guild. You hear?
I most certainly do.
And he gives you that not overly scornful, just slightly stern look, as if just
Fatherly
reminding a
stern.
young person,
A book always gets returned to where it came from because it may be needed else times.
Well, then good reading, young man. If you want to let yourself out.
Cassian will nod, take the tea that was so kindly given, and drink it real quick. I appreciate that. And you have a good night, sir. I do appreciate your time.
You as well.
And Cassian's going to tuck the book away and head out.
Right, Lord Fellar just sort of like nestles back into his chair as you head on out, and you leave through the front door, closing behind you, I assuming.
Yes,
And
making sure it's closed.
you head over to the gate, and it takes about a minute for Robert to actually sort of come around on his patrol. Before he goes, and it, just a little, like I'm hurrying, but I'm not really hurrying jog.
Yeah,
Over to you, which makes Larry start bounding about excitedly. The dog sort of coming over to you, rearing up, pawing at you, notably not barking.
scritching and scratching.
Yeah, you heading out?
Yes,
Ah,
yes, sir.
okay. Did you find what you needed?
Yes, we did.
Marvelous. Oh, great, cool. He just unlocks the gate and goes, "Good luck. We're all counting on you."
Did they give me my token back?
Yes, they will. When you entered, they gave it back to you.
Okay. I'm going to step out and I'm going to put my hand out to shake Bob's hand.
He'll grasp it and give it a vigorous shake.
Thanks, Bob. I do appreciate your time tonight.
No problem.
And I'm going to rub Larry's head. You be well.
There is the most soft, gentle little woof.
And Cassian's going to turn to start heading back, and then he's going to turn and head towards the 7 bells.
Okay. All right, you're heading to the 7 bells.
Yes.
Oh my.
Right. Okay. As you head to the 7 bells, you're gonna make. Actually, you know what? We're gonna roll a chance thing just to see if you bump into any of your companions.
Eric's pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah. Um.
I'm
we're-
not high at all. What are you
We're
talking about?
gonna give you
High chance, I meant.
anything above 40. You're gonna bump into a companion on your way. Okay. And we're gonna say, Taryc is the first two, then Noah, then Iala. Wow. Okay. By the time you hit the 7 bells, I think you see Oh, actually, yeah, Taryc is in the street, literally in the
I was
street.
to say Taryc
Yeah.
is in the street, and
Yeah,
I think
was still
Taryc
thinking.
is
I was
actually.
still thinking of him at the bells.
I think Taryc is also wanting to go to the bells, just if it
Yeah.
makes it easier for
Eventually.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. In that case, you enter the alleyway, which notably no guard. And you will come across Taryc helping his old crone. At first, you think like he's got a hammer and he's going to be nailing stuff, but then you just she's just like waving the hammer about, and you see a board from the stall drift over to this wagon.
Oh, now there's a set of enchantments I would like to
Pick
know
Taryc, hand the hammer off and run.
about.
But I'm getting paid.
You are getting paid.
You are.
And yeah, Taryc, you've made good progress. Like the wagon's nearly complete. Most of the stall, like there's more to the stall than there's the wagon. Which, looking at the wagon that's bigger than the stall, your brain goes, "Hang on, how?"
It's bigger on the
Great.
inside.
We have Baba Yaga's hut. Great.
But you hear the clip clop of hooves coming down the alleyway and see Cassian approaching, which the old crone also does, and goes, "Oh, horsey boy,
Fire sale.
fire sale, yeah, everything
thank you.
50% off." No, oh,
Thank you, but no.
well,
What are you doing back here?
Oh, I found something that I'm going to be looking into, but I need to follow
Hey,
up on a couple other
don't
things.
distract the
real quick.
labor. Or join in.
No, thank you. You have a good night. And Cassian's going to continue on.
Blast! Scared them away.
Silly old girl, scaring the labor away.
Oh, we're nearly done anyway. What do you want for your payment, young woman?
You spoke of an enchantment or an item.
Yes.
What type of enchantments can you do?
Loads.
You want me to name them all off? Do you know how long this will take?
I'm not going to go for my inventory. What do you want?
Since I'm still probably wearing armor, are you able to enchant this type of armor?
Oh, yes. Oh, is this mithril?
It is.
Oh, that takes enchantments very easily, you know.
I
What can I
did
do for
not
your
know that.
armor? Oh, I can give you a glamour property. You know, make it easy to hide, or make it look like something else.
I have had some problems with defense. I do not know if there's anything you can do to make this.
What kind of store do you think I run?
I do not know. Actually, this is the first time I have met you.
Do I look like I'm dealing with stabbing? I'm running away from a fight. I deal with love potions and things to make you beautiful. Or this is some mild
my God.
maladies. I can make the armor itchy if you want.
Get a ring of human perfection so you can sneak around town as a person
Ah,
and not a
would you
knoll.
actually, would you have anything to magically disguise me as something besides a null? Make it sometimes a little easier to get around.
Oh, yes, I could do something about that. Do you want it to be a separate item? Or do you want it on your armor?
No, a separate thing than the armor.
What race, gender, age?
Has it been mostly humans that we've been? I'm trying to spend a kind of.
There is nearly as many halflings and gnomes in this town as there are humans.
How about? But in the first one, if I remember, was more human.
More human.
leaning.
Yeah.
I think human might work better than the halflings and gnomes around here.
Human. Then
Size difference and all.
if you want it customized, that'll take me a bit of time. I'm not going to stay here, but I could do it tonight. You pick up in the morning. However, if you're wanting to take something I've already got, then you can have it now.
Could I see what it does? The one you have here, what it looks like?
Oh, sure.
When-
And she just like reaches into her cart and just pulls out like this really shitty little wooden box, like the lid's barely closed. Tosses it on the half dismantled remnants of her stall, and you just hear a sort of clanking from within it of multiple bits of jewelry.
Gonna open it up.
Sure, I'm gonna
guess.
keep packing.
Gonna, for one, I don't actually know if if I'm gonna want to keep a female because, well, as funny as male would be actually.
Do you have any way to detect magic? Identify.
No, I do not.
Right. There is no way for you to tell because he's required attunement
Mhm.
without sitting here and attuning.
Oh, yeah.
You want to just take one and go and call
You
it
want one
we're
from the
just gonna-
grab bag?
We're just do
I
they
mean,
all look
this is
the
just
same?
in case. It's not like you're gonna run
Yeah.
around like this
Do
all
they
the
all
time.
look the same, basically?
No,
like
they're
the
all
rings?
in different
Oh.
styles. Some are bracelets, some are circlets. I
I'm
will give you
going
a investigation check. You might be able to gauge gender just based on the style of jewelry.
okay. We'll do that. Should
Cassian
investigate.
standing right there.
Oh, Cassian left.
Cassian left. Cassian didn't want to be roped
Cassian-
into anything.
Cassian didn't want to
That
have
sounds
to work.
about right. That sounds about right. For
About an
Taryc.
11. Nice.
All right, I'm
Yep,
gonna ask
that's
you
about right.
ring, circlet, necklace, or bracelet.
The magic, so the rings will still well fit. Ring.
Right. You take a ring, which seems elegant at the very least.
Yeah.
Of this era, a lot of guys prefer very little in the way of over embellishment or gems. This actually has a few looks like little rubies set into it. It's got a bit of it's dainty seeming.
Dang. Yeah, that's a word that I don't think I've written very often. Okay. Is this one okay? Hold up.
What? Oh,
The
yes.
take-
Is that what you want?
Yeah, I think that will work.
Ah, then it's yours. Thank you for the help.
You are welcome. Hopefully, you will be able to return after we
Why would I
repel
return to an
this horde.
ashen wasteland?
Hopefully, it will not be such.
My heart hopes out that you have gotten a sexy Maltori ring.
It would be funny. It would be even extra funny.
That gets in my grab bag.
Well, good luck, young lady. Tell your friends. Come here before the end of tomorrow. Fire sale.
Will do.
Literally, there's going to be a
And
fire that sweeps the town. Things must go before then.
Must buy before it burns down.
Now then,
Half price magic items.
hurry along then.
Thank you. Best of luck in your endeavors.
Yes,
and
yes.
Gonna start heading off to the bells.
Taryc, you
Yes.
head down the street and you round a few like those little slight bends that start to obscure things. You realize you still got the hammer.
I'm gonna start heading back.
Oh, you're actually gonna go back and return it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You return back and she sort of looks up at you, squint, and goes, "There's not something wrong with the ring, is there?"
Hold up the hammer. Came to return your hammer.
Oh, I didn't even notice. What a nice young lady. And she'll take it from you. And then she's just gonna dig under her counter and she holds out a little pouch to you. Here, take this. For being a good
Are
girl.
you sure?
Mhm.
Thank you. And I will take the pouch,
Right.
and for now, she's just gonna put it in her pouch because it's not polite to look,
Yeah.
and,
Right.
and start heading back to back to the
Oh, you
bells.
could have had a magic camera of making defenses for the city. Oh.
All right. As
We don't know that. It could only just be a
It could only
hammer
destroy
of part
carts.
making.
Yeah.
It only lets you disassemble carts. No, it disassembles a stall to make a cart.
cart
Or
and a
disassemble a
st- and a-
cart to make a
to make a
stall.
stall. Yeah.
We can just make a wall of stalls.
knowing Cassian's ahead of you, you
Stall
can
them.
hurry a little bit to sort of catch up with him, and you are going to see as you and Cassian approach, but Iala, sort of like coming away from the bells, seems to be heading across the street to Arwas.
Wave at Ayalia.
Oh, Cassian, what are you doing here? Did you find any
I-
books?
I found something that's going to take a little bit of time to dig through, so I figured
Then why are you here and not digging through it?
because I have other things I want to get done as well, and since I have a chance, I'm going to take it before I get involved in this because this is probably going to lead me to hunting down other books.
What are you here for? Are there libraries in this?
Perhaps, but no, they were collecting information for me.
Them.
Yes,
She gives a disgusted look back at the doors.
What information were you able to get from them?
Only that they don't want us getting information. They seem to be tight-lipped on the coming incursion. They gave me a lot of bad deals, and so she turns to Cassian. I don't. If you're going in to pick something up you already agreed on, go ahead, but try not to sell our resources short.
no, this is personal information. It has nothing to do with the group. So
Good. Well, I won't
Okay.
hold you. And you, Taryc?
I have a question or two, but I have a feeling there will not be a cost as it's something a little different.
He's rather tricky today, so if you really want to go ask questions, be on your guard. Otherwise, I'm going to see. She motions to the a door across the street and see what they have in store.
Uh-huh.
The
Okay.
bell's door opens up, and you see a elderly gentleman sort of walking out with his cane. His face looking sort of pallid and ashy, like almost in shock. Barely sort of registers you're there, and just like moving away, head drooped low.
Oh.
Uh,
It is rather busy today.
people are dealing with the devil and they're getting burned.
or they're getting exactly what
They want.
they bargained for, but do not understand quite the cost. Just because you know it does not mean you understand it.
Indeed.
All right. Good luck, you two, then.
Well,
Thank
good
you.
luck as well.
All right. So Taryc.
Where's Noah?
As she waves down the street over there somewhere, talking with, hopefully finding a fair lord and not being asked to kill themselves again.
All right. Cassian's going to go into the Seven Dells. Okay.
Warnings accepted. Going into the bells.
Yep.
Can I be heard?
Yes.
Okay. My voice should not keep turning red, so.
Let me change the server settings.
Make sure we're East Coast or whatever.
Or if we're not, we will go elsewhere. We're gonna head to Central for a little bit. Okay.
We
Okay, so
I feel so middle of the road now.
last thing I heard was Iala wishing us good luck.
Okay.
Yep, and Cassian's
Yeah.
going inside, and
Yeah. And
yeah.
you're heading in as well, Taryc?
Yes, I am.
Right, as they head in there, and Iala heads into, well, to Arwa's building, we're going to cut back. Nim,
Yes.
you've been sort of dozing in Arwa's arms, having a rather peaceful time. And then you feel her going, Adil,
Yes, my great friend.
someone is moving your ring.
I better go see. Guess we're gonna pop back out. I'm gonna dismiss Nami so he doesn't have problems.
Nami sort of like does just the unhappy I was sleeping.
I know
Nami
we had like
vanishes.
the ultimate cuddle pile going here,
Uh-huh.
and I look to my patron and go, "Thank you for every moment," and then I'm going to disappear.
Right. You reemerge outside the manor. You hear a surprised little
Curse
yell.
words.
And you see Miller
Mhm.
with her ring roped up on her back.
Mhm.
Which she sort of gives you a little "oh, you got me" smile. Ah,
You know I was in there, right?
so most of our observations indicated that you had certain times that you had to do.
Oh, I'm really good at faking that.
Well, that makes this a little awkward.
Also, I'm aware when I'm in there of sound and that, so
We
the
hadn't
moving.
indicated that either.
Yes, you know a lot all of a sudden, don't you? Also, I don't think the ring really would have worked for you the way you
Wasn't
hoped, unless
really
were you probably just planning a kidnapping or something.
yeah, that part. So
Yeah, so I assume I'm going with you now. Yes.
I mean, it'd be real nice if you did.
Where are we going?
Back to our place.
Okay, but I want to go slow. My bones hurt. Really, I should have just stayed in the ring until later. It would have been better.
Oh, you need a friendly arm.
Like, I'll be fine. I don't. So, what is this you want from me now? I thought you were going to wait a day or two. Are you pushing your time?
We learned some stuff, and yeah, timetable's going up.
Mm. Why isn't the old man coming?
Because it'd be easier to talk to him once we convince you.
You want to convince me and not the rest of my dear adventuring group?
Your words got a lot of sway, sweetie.
No, they don't. They think I'm pretty dumb.
Yeah, you know.
I just scream a lot. That's usually it. They want me to shut up.
If it works, it works.
Ah. What if I get you out of town and then I come back? They won't fight things, I think. I don't know. It's complicated.
It's a long haul journey, love.
How long is it?
A good few weeks.
The hells, where are we going? Why don't we just use magic and go place?
Because we ain't got that shit.
We got the old man, he make magic.
Well, if you can convince him, then yeah, that could work.
Where are you trying to go?
After agreement, that's when we establish that stuff, you know.
Oh my, for Trinity's sake. For Trinity's sake. You have been spying on me. You have been in my house, in my room, in my bath, and you don't trust me. Why am I trust you?
Oh,
How I know I not get throat slit in 3 weeks when I drop goods off.
you trust me because you know exactly what I get up to.
That's why I'm worried about throat slit in 3 weeks.
Listen, she puts brings her fingers up to her lips, kisses them, puts them up in the air, and goes, "I swear by your Trinity and the gods I actually care about, that unless somebody pays,
You just insulted my divinity.
unless somebody pays me a fast sum that I could retire on, I won't be slitting your throat or any other means of murdering you."
I'm not entirely certain that somebody can't, in fact, pay you that money.
Do you expect me to refuse that money if it comes along?
No, I'm just saying that I think that money is actually out there and something I need to worry about.
Well, considering that your Maltori has been one of our most handsome payers, then I don't think you've got to worry about it too much.
I don't think Maltori is your only payer. You are making a lot of
Yeah,
stinking
but he's
money.
one of the wealthiest, or at least willing to throw what money he has around.
Yes, but I don't know. It is worried
Listen,
about this.
I can't promise you any more than that.
You
That's
know
me
how
being
much trouble
honest.
I am going to get into with the brownie woman that they have sicked upon me.
Oh, your nursemaid. She'll be fine. Really, she'll be
You
fine.
knock her out.
No, I ain't knocked her out. Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to Sela.
You better not have done that to Sela.
Listen, when I was little, she looked after me. She looked after a lot of kids.
You want to run from Sela?
There was actually a brief moment of like, it's weird. Is it embarrassment, anger, shame? That
Mhm.
flickers across her face before it's just replaced with that sort of confident look. And she goes, "Listen, she don't have the sense to leave. Then that's on her."
What if I tell you I think we have a shot here?
I'll say that you need some more rest because you're still delusional.
My patron. You know what I am up to. You know what I am about. She is willing to fight
Yeah.
for this town.
What's the polite word for it? Not witch, warlock, right?
Yes, that sort of thing. I am a pact maker.
Yeah.
I have a pact with a very, very powerful water spirit. And I can tell you, the city will not burn.
Oh, I'm sure people appreciate not burning as the axes and blades fall upon them. Well, listen. I'm sure that once you see what's going on, you'll come round.
Mm.
So,
All right, I
No.
come with you, but
bird's not far, dear.
bird's not far.
Right,
I am not bringing my pseudo dragon out because he doesn't want to fly right now. But we're going to have to get him out when I get there.
yeah, poor
'Cause
darling.
he's going to be
that,
very upset.
That flight of yours must have been hard on him.
Yeah, I think it nearly killed us both.
Oh, he's a strong little one, then, ain't he?
He is very strong and very brave. I am not worthy of such a creature.
If it helps, we can grab your little lover boy as well.
What lover boy?
Guard. I wouldn't truck
What?
with guards myself, but I could see it.
I don't think he was interested.
You're kidding me, right? He hung around way longer than he needed to. Think yours had to kick him out.
What do you mean, hang around?
He brought CeeLo along. And I know he wasn't the one that was ordered to do so.
He was at the house?
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't no one tell me he came house?
Probably didn't want to stress your little heart.
But didn't tell me he was there.
Probably slipped their minds. Still, he's clearly interested in you. Who can blame him?
Oh, now you're trying to flirt.
just smiles, and you see
Don't stop.
her
Don't
leading you
stop.
over
Please.
to her mount, and
Please continue. This is a breath of fresh air.
well then let's get your sexy little butt up on here. Come on.
All right.
And she's
You're
gonna
going to
help you.
fly low, right? The last thing I want to do is ride a bird that gets
Yeah,
shot with
already
an arrow.
taken a couple of arrows my way. I'm not chancing it anymore. We're going low.
I warned you.
I know you warned me, but you live life on the
You're-
edge, a little reckless. I can go a bit
You're
higher,
like,
it'd be fine.
you're like, oh, Nim couldn't be right. The stupid guards in town would never shoot a bird.
I didn't doubt your words, only
Mm.
overestimated my abilities not to be seen.
Mm.
And with
This
that, she's gonna take off.
great plan here.
And with that, Noah.
Oh my. I'm
Noah.
scared when she starts balancing stuff like this.
Noah's here.
After you're out of the parlor, do you want to head back out the alleyways, Seven Bells? Where are you going?
No.
Deeper into the alleyways?
Yeah, Noah's going to head back to where to the Seven Bells, and if no one's waiting out there, we'll head out over to the witch's stand. I think.
Okay. So you start coming down the alleyway, and a little bit of a distance away, but just in time to actually see the door of the Seven Bells closing as Taryc and Cassian head in. And you also see Iala crossing the street. And Iala, do you like rap on the door or just try and open it? What do you do?
I knock on the door first.
All right. You see Iala knocking on the door, and Iala, a slot on the door opens up, and it's not the one you think. You're looking like face level, and there's a slot there, presumably so they can identify people. But you hear that shunk down lower.
I have Yale turns to the side so she
And
can
you-
look down.
Yeah, you got to turn sideways, and you see a crossbow pointed up at you, and you see very intense eyes staring out as well.
Hello. I was hoping to ask Arwen a few questions.
Holy shit, you're stacked.
Yes, thank you. Glad to know. Is Arwen in or not?
Awa?
Awa, yes.
Dangerous Shane getting the view of the lifetime again.
You know what? You can come in. The slot shut, and you can actually see Noah coming down the street towards you as you hear locks being undone.
Oh, Noah, you're alive.
Yes, I am. I got a great deal on coffins.
Aha. Well,
How did your escapade go?
not very successful. We're on part 2 of the escapade. The demons, they seem to be keeping their cards close to their chest.
So
The door opens up, and yes, there is Dangerous Shane standing there, still holding this. It's a heavy crossbow, by the way, that he's holding, so it's fucking massive on his frame. And he's just sort of just like points it up at both of you, almost without thinking, and gives you a big grin and goes, "Oh, where'd your friend come from?"
Down the street.
Ah,
Eunice.
Eunice, what?
Eunice better let us in.
All right, come on.
And she follows him inside.
There's no real following. He sort of steps aside and just gestures with the crossbow for you, like both to walk in.
Is this normal? This is my first time here.
Yes. There are accentuating circumstances. I assume this is not the normal.
Close the
I
door.
don't assume. Walk inside and close it behind us.
Lock it.
You can do that, Noah.
All right, sure, I guess.
Right, there's a whole bunch of latches and locks here that you have to do up.
Ba 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 ba. Do.
Want a drink?
No, thank you.
Yeah, you do.
What? No, thank
Right,
you.
to drink.
Well, I'm here for business, not politeness.
This is when you got to be the most polite. You want a drink.
Sure, fine. I'll take a drink then.
Ah, marvelous. Right, this way. And he actually just like tosses the crossbow aside, which there is a sudden thunk as the bolt shoots out, jabs into the wall, and he's just very merrily marching through the corridor into one of the rooms.
No, you never said if Awa was in or not.
Oh, was that a question?
Yes, I asked you if they were in or not.
Oh, slipped my mind to answer. Yeah. What do you like? Brandy, scotch. Got some ale here. Got this real fancy wine. Do you like wine?
I'll take the ale, thank you.
All right.
Got
And
any rumboozle?
pardon?
Rumboozle? No. Okay.
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
I got scotch, got whiskey, got ale, got wine.
I'll take some wine.
All right. And the bottle of wine is just tossed to you, Noah.
Oh.
And he double arms carries a small cask of ale over to like this little table that looks like it's just like it was a wagon wheel that's just like had some boarding like nailed to it on top. And he just drops it on there, gestures for a couple of seats that are unrelated to each other, like it's a mismatched set of chairs in here.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, have a drink. Unopened, so you know it's not poisoned.
Thanks. That was one of my concerns.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't poison you. Don't you worry about that.
I would like to just to state to the audience that the dangerous saying, I have a message here in my bio things. I have a list of grudges against people, and dangerous saying is on that list of grudges.
It's
Because
only because Dangerous
they-
Shane looked up at you and whistled about the view very
No, it's because
blatantly.
they tried to steal our money last time.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
defended you. I protected you from badness.
And he just
So-
he comes over with his own bottle of wine and just says, "Wouldn't poison you. I'd slit your throats while you're drinking if I wanted to kill you."
Well, that's not very nice.
What? Why not?
I thought business was supposed to be about politeness.
Being
But-
polite, telling you how I do it. That way you know what would happen, so you can avoid it.
Regardless, is Awa in or not?
Oh, what? What is it with you and Awa? Why do you want Awa so badly? You got some
Because
feelings for her.
I had some questions for her. I had the feeling she was the one running this joint.
Yeah, Awa's running the place. That's what it's been. That's what we keep being told. And I'm just, why can't you ask me some questions? What's it about me that you don't like?
She doesn't really hide her distrust on her face.
Uh, you did not give the best first impressions, I will say.
What? What did I do?
You know what you did. I don't really want to play these word games.
I ain't playing no fucking games, love. You come
Yeah,
into
she
here and you accuse me of doing something.
You've got sticky fingers. You tried to steal from me. It's the first time we met.
But I didn't know.
You tried to.
But I
It's
didn't.
the thought that counts.
It's not the fault that counts. If it was the fault that counts, you would really hate me.
Hmm. she doesn't make any indication that that's already the case, but so if you're not going to have us talk with Ara, we were wondering if you had things for sale for the defense of the city, the
Oh,
oncoming
sure.
apocalypse and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I've got lots of stuff. Weapons, a few magic items about. I mean, we've got some materials if you need that for any good purpose. Drugs to make sure that the end ain't so bad.
What do you have in the way of magical items?
Give me a second and I'll go check. And he just hops off of his chair and he walks off into another room.
Iala just checks her pockets anyway.
Well, you seem to have everything you had.
Okay.
Noah's going to look around the room, see if there's anything that's sticking out or suspicious.
Go ahead and give me, if you're just looking from where you are, give me a perception check. This won't give the same results as an investigation if you want to get up and actually properly look.
Noah's going to get up and look.
Okay, right. Investigation.
They're going to pop open the wine bottle, use shape water to pull out some of the wine, freeze it in a ball shape, and then pour themselves a glass of wine and start drinking while they investigate.
It is not your day.
Too much focus on making that ball of ice wine.
Also, shape water wouldn't work on it anyway. Just double checking.
Aw, man, really?
Yeah.
Aw, I thought that
I
was going
would
to be
let it
really
work on
cool.
some other liquids, but it is structurally different enough from just pure water.
Darn. Oh well.
As cool as it could have been.
Mhm.
You,
No, it's going to-
maybe you have a water skin, right? You can make
Also,
an ice ball.
my mind just went through the dangers of letting players remotely move alcohol. And I don't want it.
Yeah.
Fine. Fine. Noah's just going to pop open the cork and take a swig from the bottle.
I mean, you can pour it out normally, but sure. Tastes like wine. And with a 12 investigation, that's enough. There's a rug over here that seems to be covering up some blood that is pretty fresh.
Oh.
Oh no,
Hello.
motherfuckers killed Arwa.
And Noah's going to bend down and look at it. He's going to lift up the rug and see if it's if it was like pulled anywhere, like drag marks.
As if like the drag marks away from the blood pile.
Yeah.
The rug smeared it a bit, so it's a little hard to tell. But yeah, you think it was dragged off to one of the side rooms. Like you see, now that you've seen this big thing, you can see like a few little droplets and smears, heading away.
Iala.
That, Noah.
There's a blood pool here.
Oh, of course there is.
She just kind of rubs her temples.
Okay, ladies. We got this enchanted crossbow. What are you doing?
You seem to have a mess over here. Where's Arwa?
A bolt is loaded into the enchanted crossbow he's holding. What the fuck is it with you and Arwa? Why do you think Arwa's so great and important, huh?
Well,
She's got nice legs.
It's true, but
Iala just looks at Noah.
at this point, outside, Nim, you and Miller land on one of the upper window stalls of the Arwa building. And she's just gonna motion you through like a little crack in the window pane.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you head on in, and you can actually hear noise coming from downstairs. You hear the voice of Danger Sheen, just sort of muffledly going, "What the fuck is so great about Aura?" And Miller actually,
It's got great legs.
yeah, Miller actually looks a little perplexed.
The fuck is going on here?
Don't know. Come on. And she's actually going to sweep you up in her arms.
Oh.
And she, like, for a moment, there's a spike of fear as she sort of, like, lets herself drop off the edge of the inside of the windowsill. Only, like, she sort of, like, you've seen somebody go down one of those big slippy slides that are almost vertical, right? She does that, her feet sort of parallel to it, letting you sort of hook your arms around her neck and one hand just against the wall, and she slows and slides down.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I have a featherfall token on, so if this goes
Does
bad,
not
it's
get
gonna
does not
trigger.
get consumed.
I need to know if
Yeah.
it triggers.
No, it does not. And
Okay.
she's gonna just sort of run carrying you because she's just assumed you're too weak.
Mhm.
Um.
I'm allowing this.
Uh-huh. And as Shane seems to be getting aggravated downstairs towards you too, you see like downstairs you see the little dot of a brownie carrying a Trixie. Arwa's just like hopping from stair to stair. Not Arwa, Miller.
We can see that from where we are?
Yep.
Oh, and now we have more guests. Wait,
I'm
What?
being willingly kidnapped.
what are you doing here? You're supposed to be in bed.
I was. She took me.
What the fuck are you doing back here so early?
Heat metal.
And what are you up to, Shane? What's this about?
No, Noah's heating metal on the crossbow.
Crossbows
Uh,
are wood, aren't they?
Yeah, mostly.
Are they? Darn it.
There's metal parts in it, but not the parts he's holding.
Okay,
Yeah.
then hold
Do
person.
you still want to do that? Okay, hold person instead.
Yes.
All right. I'll because he's ready to shoot you. We're gonna do this as a simultaneous thing. Go. What's your DC on hold person, and what is the save?
The DC is 17.
Is it con?
It's wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, that's good for you guys then. Right, he's gonna fail that. But also, one is Iala, two is Noah. That is Noah. He is going to. But I don't think 13 hits Noah, right?
It does not.
Right. Actually 15. I forgot it's an enchanted crossbow.
15? Wait. Does that match? I guess it does. I think I have someone else that's. Yeah, I have 15. It matches.
Ow.
Noah, you're hit by a crossbow bolt that goes off. Basically, the moment he sees you casting, he fires. Then you see him stiffen as a crossbow bolt impacts your shoulder.
What do you mean? Oh.
This looks very
Dane,
complicated.
what the fuck? Okay,
I would like to get down now.
she's gonna put you down, and she's Miller sort of like
Take a check for being shot. Hold person.
They're gonna get
nah.
blood all over
I'll
the
allow
floor.
this. It's simultaneous. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna get blood all over the floor.
There already is blood all over the floor.
Why is
One
there
of-
blood all over the floor?
Iala is standing.
Can one of you take
Right.
Shane's crossbow, please?
Iala just walks over and takes it from him.
You see like angry eyes just sort of darting about. I'm not even focusing on anyone, just like darting around the room. Okay, this is not working out as I'd hoped. I wanted where's Awa?
That's what we were asking.
Go check where the blood trail goes.
Why is there blood?
Oh shit!
That-
Oh shit! Oh shit! Shane, what have you done? And she's running where the blood trail is.
I'm running with.
Yeah.
I'm summoning my pseudo dragon at the same time.
Okay. Nomi appears. You get flashes of what?
Somebody's blood is everywhere. We're trying to figure it out.
Panic.
I miss sleep time.
Panic.
Panic.
Who's so Nim's going with Miller. Iala and Noah, are you both staying in the room?
Iala is going to follow those two.
Are
Okay.
you going to?
Noah has to face a check every turn. Oh no! Good luck, Noah.
Yeah. What was the DC, Noah?
17.
17. Right. I'm just gonna give a few of these in a row just so we know our sort of timeline. Okay.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Right. Those that run into the other room, you will see clearly hurriedly sort of bound and gagged, even though the gag seems pointless as she seems to be unconscious, is Awa. You see there is a knife still stuck in her side.
I knew it.
Blood
Pull the
pooling from
knife
it.
out. I will heal her.
Milan
Yeah,
looks
oh,
up
yeah.
to Ialia.
Come on, Iala, get down here.
I'm working on it, okay?
She bends down and yanks the dagger out.
Right, I am going to cast the healing spell, and I will do it at second level because I only get 2 spells, so I might as fucking well.
Okay.
All right, so no sneak attack, but that's 6 points of healing, so that's at
Sneak
least
attack
something.
healing.
You see that wound in her side start to stitch up, and she's clearly alive, and you're confident like this is going to stabilize, but she seems to be unconscious still.
All right, let's get her. Let's get her out of
And
this. What's
at
this
that
mess?
point, Noah, Jane suddenly darts.
Oh. Entangle.
Okay. Go ahead and give me, just roll your initiative.
Initiative. Oh, come
Oh,
on.
no!
You have your reroll, right? Oh, he's fast.
That's a fast half.
Someone has expertise on their initiative.
You can do that.
Yeah,
Huh.
rogues are scary.
You have a reroll, right, brother?
I
Typically, it won't be
do.
called expertise, but sometimes there's class features. But yes, he has that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
am.
but I guess you have to beat a 20.
I would say he seems to be darting away. Depends on if you want to pursue. Depends on if you want to capture. How much do you need this?
Yes, fireball.
Yeah. All right.
Noah is.
You can still do a
Doesn't
follow
want
up
to-
into the. He is going back into the room that you followed into. You can still cast a spell into there.
Yeah, Noah's going to follow him. Can I? Yeah, can I cast entangle in front of him?
Well, if you were going before him, you could have. But on his dart, you lose sight of him as he dashes into that room. Do you want to follow him to see if you can spot him?
He came out of that room with a magic crossbow, so
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Just confirming this is the course of action you want to take. Not that the DM's trying to warn you anything.
I hear you.
Right, you follow into that room. And I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
Of course, they
Woohoo.
would trap where their hoard is.
Okay.
Or they'd have
Um,
stuff on them to use.
You also need to make me a constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
Fine.
You also need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no! I call traps. I call traps.
Okay. Noah, a series of things happen. First, this weird blanket tries to grab you. You manage to like duck down, and it just then just goes completely limp and just lays flat on the floor in the doorway. As you duck down, you hear a tick, and suddenly there is gas that you inhale as you've ducked down. And there is then a flashing pattern of lights that does not daze you, but it hurts you, like mentally. You feel a sort of sharp shock of pain, as you are going to take 3d6 psychic damage.
Ouch. At least it rolled pretty low.
And looking about in the room, you do not see Shane.
No, what are you doing in there?
Why did you leave me with the guy with the crossbow?
I
did
was
not-
really hurt.
That's about 6 seconds. Noah, make me another Constitution saving throw.
No.
You
Noah.
have your reroll?
No, I'm going to re-roll.
Okay, you should re-roll that. Noah, you feel woozy. It doesn't take you down, but you know something's up. Whatever you just inhaled is doing something to you.
Lesser restoration.
Oh, do you want to get out of the sort of gaseous area and do that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. You step out. Do you want to close the door behind you? It doesn't seem to be seeping far, but it is moving.
Yeah.
Okay. You can close the door and make me a dexterity saving throw.
No one's going to teleport out of the door.
Teleporting out. Okay. You soundly avoid the rug on the floor, and teleport out. Yeah, Iala, you can see the sort of gas seeping around that door frame. Seems thick and heavy, so it doesn't seem to move far.
So he ran, did he?
Noah is going to walk up to Iala, grab the front of her shirt, and pull her down. Yes, he ran.
You had one job, Noah, to keep him in there.
Can the two
only
big
have
people
a-
stop having a
I
fight
didn't
over this
fucking
door?
run.
Oh, good. You're still in there.
Cassian.
No, you ain't.
Okay,
Hi, Miller's little foreign friend.
so what's going on here? She pushes Noah aside.
She made me do it.
Iala goes over and tries to pick up Arwa and try and get her into a better position.
Unbind Arwa for me. Nim's
Yeah.
going to climb up on Arwa and get right up like onto Arwa's face, and then I'm going to take out the greater fucking healing potion that I got.
I've got. I can heal her a bit with lay on hands. It's
Oh, okay, I'll let you do that
yeah.
first.
So she
I healed her a bit so she stopped bleeding, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Not much.
stable.
I want her
Yeah.
up. That's the problem.
Well, you
she
can slap her a bit if
sits
you want.
she sits Arwa up and kind of smacks her face a little bit.
Wait,
come
Stop
on.
that smelling salts. The drawer over
No,
there.
wait. I know what to do. I saw this in book. Go kiss Arwa on cheek. Did it work?
Ah,
It did not work.
Noah's grabbing smelling salts.
Did
Do
not
you want to smell them first? Make sure they're good.
Storybook lies.
Is that going to instantly kill me?
No.
Very unhappy.
No, it's not going to use it on themselves first.
Okay. All right. You open it up, wave it under Arwa's nose, and like I don't know how many of you've seen somebody wake up from smelling salts, but like she jolts.
Whoa! Easy.
Little
My
bastard.
little friends, calm
The
down.
and she reaches for like a sword at her hip that she doesn't have. And she's like trying to stand up, which is jostling you on her, Nim. Where is he?
Careful.
I
careful.
am gonna cut his fucking head off.
I would love to help.
He went that way. And points at the door.
I didn't. They're lying.
I'm gonna start
think
climbing down
we
off Arwa.
found a character
Okay,
with lower
this
intelligence.
was great. I'm glad that I'm not sleeping right now.
Why?
So what happened here? I get the feeling you got stabbed in the back.
the side, but yes. Shane? Yeah? I would like, you see her sort of like clench her hands a bit, like trying to think of what to say. Get the fuck out of town, or I am gonna kill you. I had good reason.
Dan, what part of get the fuck out of town or I'm going to kill you do not understand? I can translate it for you from Thule if you want.
I'll speak to Lee.
I'm going to yell in Thule, I'm going to fucking gut you, you son of a bitch.
What's she say?
Does he have some sort of disability? I feel kind of bad
A what now?
now. Never mind. Is he alright in the head?
No, really, no. It's useful a lot of the time, but Miller's gonna sort of sigh a bit, and she's heading closer to the door, keeping away from the little bit of gas that's like seeping out from under it.
I guess it's probably a pie. She's fine.
She's no, it's heavy gas. I said.
Oh,
Yeah.
it seeps. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she goes, Shane, sweetie, you better clear out. You've done some bad things, okay? We might call you back, but you gotta go for now, right? How long? Until we say so. Fine, fuck all of you then. And you just hear a bit of rummaging in the back, then silence.
Did not deserve to get shot over that.
I am sorry.
Iala, heal me.
People
So-
are kind of crazy. What with the whole the incoming fight, I think they are overreacting a bit.
So, what happened here? Got the slip on you, it looks like.
She scowls a
You
little
say-
bit and then goes, yes, he got the slip on me. Look, we were all talking about what we are doing. And when the Knolls are going to
Wait, where's Peaches?
Peaches? Peaches? Oh, yes, Magog. He is just seeing to those we care about.
He's fine. We saw him out in town.
Okay. I just worried he got stabbed. I don't let him get stabbed. He has nice little old ladies that I work with.
He left earlier in the night and said he doesn't care what we do. He is staying no matter what. So we were talking about plans, and we were all in different camps about it. I thought that we should stay, at least until the higher things make us go.
Mm-hmm.
Miller disagreed, thought it would be more sensible to leave now, and Shane agreed with her. So, kind of even split. And Miller said that, I think I can get somebody to come sway you. If you will listen to them, listen to reason, then we all go together. We take people if we can. And so she left, and then Shane stabbed me.
Uh-huh.
Reasonable.
Yes,
Not
said
very
that he
reasonable.
was going to be in charge.
I really missed my chance to smack him alongside the head. Then something I desperately wanted to do since the first day I
Should
met
have
him.
seen it coming. It is not the first time this has happened.
Really?
He stabbed you before.
I've stabbed him before. Miller has stabbed me.
Okay, this is vaguely
Listen,
hot, but
before
also
the-
very upsetting.
Before the bus got us all in line, it was a very chaotic thing.
I see.
That boss sounds like they were a good person.
Yeah, So we have been speaking in the past tense of a good person, caught the bus, and now we know that they are not dead.
Oh,
They are not dead?
No.
Where are they?
with the Knolls.
Yeah.
What?
Iala goes over and takes her seat again.
Plus, know how to make melatonin.
Noah sits down next to Iala and starts drinking the wine. Of course he did.
So,
Ay, ay, ay.
what were you planning to do with that knowledge? Is that why
Well, that's why I
you're
wanted to talk to you. We only learned this tonight, but it is important. They know how to make a great many things, including black powder.
Yes.
You know what black powder is?
Mm,
Do I know?
is it powder
Is-
that is black?
Yes.
Intelligence check?
Intelligence check, yes.
No way Nim knows.
Iala
Wow,
knows.
he already knows what black
Arcanist.
powder is.
Arcanist would probably
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
that stuff is.
Black powder, is that... It's a type of explosive, isn't it?
Yes, used for fireworks or, big booms.
Oh, no. If-
That
Is
is
he-
something the town should know.
Yeah.
That means if they have the means to make black powder, then a lot of defenses are just
I
going to go boom.
normally am the type who would say we run and we take what money and people we can and we go. But I tell Miller, I think we have shot. I think I want to roll dice because my patron, she is willing to come to bear on this. I think if enough of us decide to fight, we can win this. We brought two giants into town.
Miller's just like her face is in her hand.
I have a fucking necromancer as a mentor.
Not supposed to say
I was
that.
supposed to bring you here and have time to talk and run through the steps and convince you before we made.
I know, so let me talk to you, Miller.
Yeah,
and
but
let
I was
me
supposed to be able to
convince
sway you first. And
I
then
know,
Shane
but
goes
you
and fucks it up.
I know Shane just fucked it all up, so come and listen to me about what I think we do. I think we tell this town how it's going to happen. They are going to accept our help and they are going to forgive any bullshit that we have ever done if we help them. They are going to honor us at the end of this.
That actually makes our perk up a little bit. Forgiveness, huh?
Yes, they forgive us for whatever
official pardon.
Yes, we get official pardons. You know what?
That's actually tempting. Our sort of
Not saying we have to risk our lives too bad. Not saying we have to throw ourselves in the first line. We fight smart, though. We are smart people. Yali, very smart. Noah, very smart. Well, Nomi, the smartest. But we are very smart people and we are very capable. We have lots and lots of things at our disposal. We just have to
All right.
work to freaking together.
All right. Yes. Miller sort of waves her hands a bit. Listen, I know Ara, you want to do this out of the goodness of your heart, but it don't fucking work that way. All right. So let's at least get something from this. Stick around, at least unless it looks real fucking bad, right?
If it goes bad enough,
But-
Maltori has already had promise with me that we will leave and we will take you with us.
All right, we're in on that then. That's
Yes.
that's agreed.
Agreed.
The town wants us and our real valuable resources. Want official
Yes.
pardon and reward. Just blanket.
I think that's fair. We're having a meeting tomorrow with guild leader, guard person. We make it happen. They cannot do this without us. I am from Tuli. These people do not have a fraction of the defenses we have used to pull back from Kasich. Without us, they can't do it. With us, they can win.
Meeting, huh?
Meeting.
You fancy showing your face there, Awa? Miller sort of looks up, which Awa sort of winces and just goes, "They may as well. What are they going to do? Arrest me, huh?"
Yeah, I don't think they really have the time for this right now.
Yeah. Where is this meeting happening?
I have no fucking clue. I have been in the days of delirium, and I'm not even sure why I'm out of bed right now.
Thought you were kidnapped, is that why?
I was. She took my
We
ring
are
while I was
using
sleeping.
very strong words here, Miller says.
You have said it was kidnapping as
Proper
well.
Yeah,
term
but don't
is
repeat
ring
it.
napped. Ring napped.
Oh, yeah.
Ring.
She's going to actually hold your ring out to you.
Oh, yeah, give me that back. You can't use it.
All
I'm
right.
actually very concerned what will happen if you tried.
Well, I'm not going to chance that. So this
It's
all
got a
went...
lot of teeth. Hmm.
Yeah. So I didn't mean for any of this stuff to happen, right? I thought it was going to be nice. Like, you weren't going to be... She puts her hands up. Kidnapping is a strong word. I wasn't going to keep you here against your will. I just wanted you to be here. We were going to sit
No,
down, have a nice talk,
you
and...
no, I think this was a friendly kidnapping. I came willingly.
Yes. Our just like sort of rubs her head a bit and goes, "All right, I will show up at yours in the morning. Then you can take me wherever we go."
Yes, that sounds good. I am in so much trouble. I have a brownie woman who is supposed to watching me at my house, and I am not in my
And
bed.
the moment she takes her eyes off of you, you're here speaking with ne'er-do-wells.
No, I am speaking with people of great business and intelligence. You need to figure out what we have here that is good for defense. Whatever happened in that room to Noah, that seems like pretty good work. It'd be nice to have that outside the perimeter, if you know what I mean.
Iala leans over to Noah and pulls the crossbow bolt out, and then heals
Ow.
them for 5 with healing
Nice.
hands.
5 only? Jeez.
Okay. We better.
Also, you can just like come by. You don't have to like sneak in the house. I don't spy on you.
Arwa looks
Do you want-
confused.
Do you want me to start spying on you, or how
What?
is this going with the bathtub thing?
I have not snuck
that was
into your
you?
house at all. I think she means me. I mean, you're
Miller
welcome
has
to
been-
try. I think that
Miller
could be
keeps
fun.
Sneaking into the home. She snuck in on me in the bath,
Yeah. Why don't you try
in my
and sneak?
bed.
You should try spying on me. We'll play a bit of a sneaky see, huh?
I know where you live. This is cheating, Miller.
Well, I had to find out where you lived.
Yes, but that was easy because it was like, oh, hey, yeah, we're the people who moved into that thing. You haven't been like, oh, hey, I live in this other place. I've been to like Arrow's place just like the one time, and I got caught.
Oh, Do you need me to take on a handicap, love?
It would help.
All right. I'll tell you what. You look on the South Street in the Brownie District, you'll find me. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I know what I do is I go ask Brownie Lady. She helped raise you. She know probably where you live.
Her eyes actually narrow a bit at that. My lips got a bit loose around you, didn't they? Huh?
They did.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah.
accent changed drastically right there too.
She just sort of like points at her eyes, points at you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I am sorry that this is how we would meet again. But it is what it is. We make a good deal tomorrow.
Yes, less stabbing, please.
And we stick to an agreement. If things go bad, we get out, you get out. Okay?
She just nods a little bit at that.
But we fight as long as we think we can win.
Did your boss? Do you know anything more about the devil drug? Then, if the boss could make it,
Yeah, I'll explain everything at the meeting, huh? How about that?
That sounds good. Then we don't have to repeat a bunch of things. It is really fuzzy. Who's carrying me home?
Iala puts out a hand.
Wait.
Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
Nomi is looking at Yadia, looking at Noah.
sorry, my hands are full.
And Noah's holding the wine bottle.
Come on over here, Nomi. I'll take you too.
Nomi does not flap up to you. Nomi just like sort of clambers up.
She helps him up onto her shoulder.
I am getting worried about Nomi. I have not seen him move his wings much since what happened.
You just get a flash of, no, me okay.
I worry about you. Maybe we take you to church, go to Bahamut Church. They should have like a rookery or something. Maybe.
No. You get just a flash of other pseudo dragons. Dumb.
Yes, they are very dumb, but you know, the people who help take care of them are okay sometimes.
It's just sort of like feelings of okay, reluctant acquiesce.
We get look at. Maybe make sure wings okay.
I was just sort of gonna stand up and head over to the door, start unlocking it, and just opens it up and goes, right, I will see you all tomorrow then.
All right, take care of
listen-
yourselves and don't get stuck. Do you need someplace safe to stay? Well, I'd say safe with us, but it's not really that safe. Everybody comes in.
Shane is impulsive, but he's not petty.
Okay, well, maybe warn your little friends about him as well, because he might be impulsive.
Yes. Right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night and try and stay safe then.
Miller gives you all a little wave. And
See-
Bye, wave.
as you head out of that building, we go into the Seven Bells.
With Taryc and Cassian.
Yes. Taryc and Cassian, you head into the Seven Bells, and immediately Mr. Deeds approaches the two of you. You also both see that the Seven Bells is pretty dang packed as far as a secret den of sin can go. And as he approaches, he goes, "Ah, more of you. Aren't I the lucky chap tonight?"
It looks like you're very lucky. There's a lot of people here
Oh,
tonight.
yes, business is grand, and it warms my heart to know that people appreciate my fine establishment. Drinks, both of you?
No, I'm not long. Taryc?
Not for now. I do not know how long I will stay, but maybe after a little.
Then I guess it's direct to business with the both of you as well. I swear, seems like teetotalers all these days. Well, shall we do this in a separate room? Could take you to the bar, but quite a few people there right now. I assume you're here to bargain.
Uh,
Go ahead, Garrick.
I have a question or two and see if they have what their costs are. But I think Cassian is here for something that has already been bargained, it sounded like.
No, preparations were made. Preparations were made, not no bargain had been struck yet.
And you want to finalize all this then?
I want to find out what your price is going to be because it's been several days.
Which bit was this for, so I can control F my notes?
Finding information out about Cassian's parents.
Right. Okay. Yeah. He smiles and goes, "Oh, I tell you, the preparations have been made. The knowledge is, well, known, acquired." And he smiles when he says that. As for the price, again, do you want specifics or generalities?
What's the cost of each?
Well, if you want specifics, and I'm saying specifics in the sense that you could walk and knock on their door, I'd need, your spell book. You want more
Cassian
generalities?
just looks at him like, uh-huh.
More generalities. Just do a little job for me. Wouldn't take more than a day at most.
And what would this job entail?
Oh, just some of your arcane might. Bit of spell work.
Cast fireball.
You could even keep the scroll that I'd give you to achieve this. Copy it down into your book if you please.
All you have to do is fireball the defenders.
I suppose you want to know what the job would be.
Yes, actually. I'm thinking about everything, and I would like to know what it is before I step into the proverbial cow pie.
I just need you to perform a little profane ritual. Nothing big. Create a little bit of unholy ground is all. Can't exactly ask a cleric to do that, can I?
No, but it's something I would have to think about.
Or I could, and it would be really funny and delicious.
Well, you can think about it. I will warn both of you, and this is not a threat to get you to pay up sooner. Just friendly admission of truthful offense. Prices are rising because, well, we are in high demand, and believe it or not, powers aren't limitless here. So the longer you wait, I may have to ask for bigger tasks.
I understand. But knowing that
And
you now have the
if you wait
information and
too
equipped,
long, we might be unmoored from here as well. So there is that to consider.
that is there is that to consider. No, you've provided me enough information to make an informed decision, but I need to work out a few things first before I make any decisions.
Well, I'll try to hold that price on the table. It's at least until lunch tomorrow. Well, I suppose today at this hour.
Taryc?
I was waiting for you to finish to make sure
Oh.
everything was done. I guess this is more of if there will be a cost. It's more having to do with what may happen if the town was to fall. Would the ward fall as well? Since
Oh,
we know.
no. This alleyway is not the town. I believe that a couple of yours have even ventured and seen a couple of the other linkages, but it's not exactly. Well, I can't go into further details.
That is fine. That is, and the other one is if they were to attack the Seven Bells, would you defend yourselves?
Oh, of course.
That is my major curiosity. Knowing that this is one of them, trying to also make sure that they do not fall while we're doing everything else is a concern that was on my mind.
I'll be frank. I'm assuming the town is going to fall, and I'm likely to be petitioning the Lord Morris to, well, say goodbye to the alleyway linkage here, post haste.
Then that does mean that there are other ways into this area.
Maybe.
Well, hopefully, because if it does fall, we may need to visit in again at some point.
Well, I am sure that your adventurous selves will be able to find me.
I hope so. If I can think of anything in the next couple of days, I know where to find you.
Well, of course. Now, I'm going to say something that might sound a little harsh, but please know that I mean it only as a businessman looking out for their interests. You have to come in here ready to bargain.
Yes, I wasn't sure if there would be a price for those questions. So,
As well. We try to be as hospitable as we can because we want our customers to feel comfortable, but it's customers, if you understand me.
yes, understandable. Next time I come in, it will be to bargain.
Marvelous. Well then, anything else I can do for you, lady and gentlemen?
Nothing for me, but I thank you for your time. I do
Mhm.
appreciate it.
Like that you count as that he counts as two people, gentlemen.
Right. Well
That's out
then,
of character.
I bid you a good night and safe travels home.
Thank you. I will start wandering out, and as I once you get out of the doors, I'm actually gonna finally look inside that bag.
Oh, inside that bag are a bunch of seeds.
Look,
Uh,
Harry, beans.
I mean, I would not be surprised if it was something like that. Uh,
Those actually might be useful.
yes. Cassian,
Yes.
We could make a
Are we
garden.
outside yet?
Yeah, you've left the seven bells.
Yes.
Is if you are not too busy when we get back to the manor, would there be a couple things you'd be able to check for me and tell me what they do?
I have a book to read, but yes, I will help
I
you.
hold up the little bag full of seeds. The Maltori's ex, I guess, gave me these for returning her hammer and for the work I did, allowed me to choose and holds up the ring. It is supposed to disguise me, but I do not know what to do with it.
Okay, let's head back and wait. Where Iala was she heading back or?
They, I'm I mean, I will be honest, the best we could do is go point over to Arwa's area. Wait,
That's
I don't know
true.
where that is. I don't actually. Well, we did see her walk
No,
across.
no,
I'm like,
no. You actually went to Arwa's area just because we had taken you out with us from Arwa's. Remember?
no, remember
Because
I got retroed.
we swapped you and Ialia, so you ended up being there. We traded you part way.
Either way, I think you're
Okay.
aware
Yeah.
of where it is at the very least.
Yep. I've been there. You want to
she
go
had
over there,
gone-
see if they're there?
I mean, we can try.
Okay.
Okay, you
Cassian's
guys,
going to trot on over.
you head across the road, and as you're about to rap on the door, it actually opens up, and you see your companions leaving.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hey there.
Hello. I am not in bed.
How did
Shower affection
Nami?
upon me. Nami's over here
He's right
too.
there.
Nami's right
Nami,
here.
why did you bring her here?
No,
Don't shout at the Nami.
don't
He's
yell.
doing.
It's late.
She was kidnapped by
Strong word.
our friend.
I was friend napped.
It's good to yell. I was, oh, okay, you see that's what I can ask.
I'm not a child.
Nami, I apologize. I misread that situation.
You owe Nami 2 eggs.
Meep meep.
Fine. 2 eggs. It's a better deal than what I was offered over at the Seven Bells.
You get a
Come on,
flash
let's
of
get everyone home.
forgiven.
So I'm guessing everybody has done pretty bad at the Seven Bells.
I'm
Oh,
not.
no. No, actually, my deals were quite reasonable.
Oh, did you make a deal?
No.
We had a reasonable deal and you said no?
Well, one, they wanted me to
Oh, these people,
desanctify
they're not
ground.
making pacts. Yeah, so
They
what?
they wanted me to desanctify ground.
Yeah, so
You better
Or
not
they
have said
want-
yes.
big whoop.
Well, they didn't say profane. That isn't the same
You
as
No, they wanted me to profane
desanctifying.
ground.
You didn't say yes, correct?
I did not.
Why not?
Because that's a kind of a high
That's
price
a steal.
It's a decent price for general information. The other one is a little harder for me to swallow because that would take me a long time to recover from.
What is it?
They want my spell book.
Make a second one.
I'm thinking about that. But I'd have to make it by noon tomorrow.
Well,
the prices are going up.
profane ground sounded pretty good right now.
No, it does not. If I need to remind you, we are currently dealing with an incursion of demonic-infused nulls. So, I really rather not find out that this profane ground is inside the city.
I think honestly, you need to take into account the fact. Look how many people are going in and out of the bells right now.
I'm
How
not.
many
So,
people do you
Cassian's
think?
going to start leading the group away.
How many people do you think have already taken these jobs to do things to inhibit the city's defenses
Well,
for a demonic incursion?
it doesn't mean we need to add to it. It's just making our job harder.
No,
No,
They-
but if you know where you're making the sanctified ground, you know what you can do.
Noah,
Get a fracking priest out there and have it fixed after.
Noah stares at the 7 bells and, you know, I never got my freebie question.
I thought you got a
I
night.
wouldn't count on getting it right now.
Sure.
I thought it was also only good for one night. I don't know.
Yeah,
You could
they
go
did-
try.
They
Well,
did-
it's their fault that I didn't get an answer. That I couldn't ask it.
Whose
I don't
fault?
want to deal with that.
Their fault.
Why is it their fault? You're the one that chose not to have the succubi.
They provided me the temptation.
You cannot blame the devil for giving in to temptation. That is
that
not
but
how
be
that
your one
works.
freebie.
I can complain as a customer, though.
Are you a paying customer?
Maybe.
Go!
No,
I am curious to see how this goes. Go on, Noah. I'm sure this is going to be great.
I'm not. I don't want to go in there, though.
You can't complain to the management if you don't go in there, my dear Karen.
I really want to complain to the management, though.
Then go complain to the
you
management
just
and
got
get it
shot in
over
the
with.
shoulder, Noah. Do you want to get shot again?
I don't want to get shot.
Noah, the only way you know is if you ask. Do you really think this would work? You should just try it. Because Hells, we're right here, right now, at the Hells Bells.
Oh, but it's going to be so embarrassing.
Oh, it'll be fine. It can't be any more embarrassing
Then what Niv has
than
done
something
already.
that I've been through in the last week. By the way, thank you for telling me that a handsome brownie boy tried to wait for me and was urgently worrying about my care. It was really nice to know that my friends informed me that
you
happened.
were unconscious. For the first time I've been able to speak with you properly is when you were friend napped in this place. I haven't had a chance to tell
To
you.
me earlier today when we got the giants out.
Well, we were under a lot of stress at the moment.
Nobody take the moment to tell the Nim.
I told him to come
You
back.
live.
All right. You're walking down the alleyways and having this conversation. Noah, do you want to double back to the 7 bells?
Do it. Do it.
Don't do it, Noah. Don't do it.
What if you do have that free question? What if you do?
I don't trust that guy, and I don't want to hear him anymore.
I want to see what happens when a succubi pounces Noah when they go in the door.
Noah is going to try and get their freebie question.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So Noah starts to double back. Do people want to wait for Noah? Are you heading home?
Yeah, it just gives a disgusted click of her tongue and walks off.
All right.
I want
back
to
for
go
home.
that way now.
As the
All
Alia
right, I'm
carries
carrying
you off.
everyone.
Yeah.
No. No, Noah needs me.
You don't get to see the trouble you just caused, okay? You're going home and going to bed.
They also said we should come less unless we are going to actually bargain with them.
Okay. I
Also-
bargained with them.
I know, but they'd prefer if when we go in there, we are there
I don't
to
have a
actually
question
bargain.
on my mind. I just want to see the world burn sometimes.
Well, it may do that if we keep our time here.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So Noah enters the Seven Bells alone. Noah, you see Mr. Dees, who is just walking up to you, not with the usual flare of arms to the welcome, just with a vaguely amused look on their face. And he just goes, "You're all just coming in one by one or two by two."
We've had different things going on at different times.
Okay. Now, what little prod engaging do you want to partake in?
You know, I didn't get that freebie question last time, and I was wondering if I could catch that in because I was provided with temptation and missed out on that offer.
That's not quite our fault, you see, but you did make one of my succubi also sad.
Mm.
I was so happy for a little bit.
You know, if you take the succubus, I could give you a question.
Uh,
If you were to make it up to her, perhaps we could see. What is the freebie that you desire? If it's cheap enough, we maybe can bend the rules a little bit.
I would like to know who the leader of the Knoll incursion is.
It's a interesting question. Is that a who as in you want their name, or is that a who as in what motivates them, what makes them who they are, and all of that other stuff that composes a person?
I would like I would like to know the person and their ability. I think. What is
If you get the name, we can look shit up.
I would I would like a name and their abilities.
Name and their abilities, their capabilities, if you would.
Capabilities. Yes.
A leader of the Knolls. Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Leader of the gnolls that are invading here. The I'm Noah puts up a finger. Leader of the gnolls that are the head of this invasion.
The invading
that-
Knolls, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Out of
I have-
character, let me twist you one way, Verd. The
Uh-huh.
leader of the Cassic.
Leader of the Cassic gnolls.
No, don't
No.
say
No.
gnolls. What if it's
Uh,
not just
Oh.
gnolls? Cassic worshippers are possibly other races. I say
I'm
those
trying-
the Cassic
I'm
tribe.
trying to avoid the loopholes.
Okay.
Because I know
Oh, right. Yeah, be more direct then. Sorry.
because like he could tell me who the leader is, but he could be on another continent. I want to know who the immediate threat is and how we can face him directly. So I would like to know who is the leader of this invading force and their capabilities.
Yeah, he taps his chin a bit, and goes, "I'll tell you what. You do me a little favor, not a bargain, but a favor, and I'll give you your freebie on its massive delay."
What is the favor? What is the favor?
I would like for you to simply take that poor dear sweet succubus out and take her to your meeting tomorrow. She'll be invisible on your shoulder. She'll just be there. She'll at least feel a bit valued, you know. Gets to leave. She was very excited about leaving this place, you see. Don't worry, she won't stick around to tempt you and all that. You're just going to be the one that carries her out. I'll tell you, it's worth the price. Besides, it's a good thing to do. You don't want to leave someone despondent over your promises and betrayals, right? A good person wouldn't do that.
Don't try and guilt me.
He just smiles.
I already. Oh. I accept.
Marvelous. Come pick her up tomorrow if you would, and before the meeting, obviously. But I'll get her prepared and make sure that she's ritualistically able to leave. He extends his hand. A bargain it is, then?
I thought you said it wasn't a bargain, it was a favor.
Figurative.
I will do this favor.
That'll do. He keeps his hand held out.
Noah reaches out their hand.
Right. He shakes hands with you, Noah. And then goes, right. Your no leader is called Kretch Great Flame. They were a standard shaman before they started making pacts with hellish forces. Their abilities are now quite warped. They're able to torture elemental spirits, force them into servitude. Normally, elemental bargains are, well, that they're agreements. Two-way. Elements won't obey a shaman they don't deem worthy, but they can force it. They're quite powerful. You ever seen a angry fire elemental that really wants out and will do anything to achieve it? It's quite a sight. Beyond that, they of course can place magical imbuements into items to give out to their followers. They think you've encountered already, haven't you? The shape-shifting gnolls.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, we have.
totemic attunements, specific creatures that they're able to turn into. Magic doesn't last long, but they make good use of it. They're also quite powerful. Hellish forces really do have a way of boosting you up. They're not crazed, though. You should know that. Don't take the drug, not like their followers. Quite sound of mind. Well, sound's a strong word. Demented, but smart. Wouldn't say they're a tactician, but they know to listen to tacticians, and that is a great quality of a leader.
Okay. Well, thank you for your services, Mr. Deeds.
Oh, quite happy to. I really enjoyed that one. Hopefully, you feel it was worthwhile. Well, I guess we'll see tomorrow, won't we?
Yes, we will.
See you around then.
And Noah nods and walks out.
You leave the Seven Bells, and you can sort of hurry and catch up with your companions if you want.
No, I guess
Are you gonna do the slow shuffle back, or are you gonna just catch up to us?
Noah's going to walk normal
Okay.
speed.
In that case, most of you will make it home. 10 minutes ahead of Noah. It's not that big a difference. And There you can actually see the giants already slumbering in your backyard. Because they've made sort of like, they're not pillows because they're hella not soft, but they do have like logs piled up with some furs and such on them to have a headrest. It's sort of
Look,
just slowly
Talia.
making a home.
Nature's healing.
Nature's healing as you hear the loudest snoring you've ever heard.
That's going to be hard to sleep through.
They're kind of beautiful like that, aren't they? They're so peaceful. Not a care in the world.
The back door opens up, and you see Maltori sort of standing there sternly with a little brownie woman standing sternly on his shoulder, both scowling.
Yalia's fault.
To bed, young lady.
Cold outside, and I got taken out.
You do not try to play the sympathy card in, you go. And as you all head on in, that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Yay.
Yeah. You can go to sleep and face the new tomorrow. Right.
Oh, the new tomorrow's terrible and terrifying.
Everybody take a tasty 4,000, not thousands, 400 experience
4,000.
points.
4,000.
4,000. 4,000.
You said it.
I've got a question. How much XP do you need to ding?
A lot.
4,000.
Are you talking about with?
How much XP do you need to ding?
We are at 13,900 right now, I
Mhm.
believe, and we would ding at 23,000, I believe.
14.
Or wait, we're at
1,000.
yeah.
110 off.
Yeah, we're 110 off for
110
2,000.
off.
Sorry, I was looking at 7.
Okay. Go ahead and bump yourself up to level.
We're a level,
Uh-huh.
a whole level.
Yep.
Of those thick.
Convinced ourselves out of more XP.
Yeah, we actually lost XP on this deal.
That's funny.
Don't think we would have gotten the 4,000 without
But
death
we
roll.
had to try.
Well, I'll be nice. You can have 500 above level.
I'll take it.
All right. Do we get any piety?
I'm also gonna be nice. Yes, you can all have one piety of your alignment, your god.
So cool.
Does Noah
And
get more infernal piety?
no, Noah doesn't get more infernal piety, not yet.
That's next week.
Yes, we will do this same time next week.